The views expressed on this Turnbuckle Tabloid live stream or Turnbuckle Tabloid podcast episode do not reflect the views, thoughts, or opinions of the Rageworks brand, including the Rageworks podcast network, Rageworks content partners, advertisers, and affiliates. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
This is Little Bit, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid. Fuck Jay Santee.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
This is your boy, co-owner of House of Glory Wrestling, Brian XL. You're listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Give me that fucking mic! Turnbuckle Tabloid, cutting a promo.
This week's Cutting a Promo, we're actually doing a mesh. We're doing Cutting a Promo as well as a Wrestling Rundown because I have a lot that's been built up for this week. I had done a ton of work in episodes the past week and a half or so. I was distributing a lot out this past week, and of course, you know the reason why. There was a lot of let's just say a lot of wrestling was happening, and the best way to summarize it is basically say like it's a lot of shit to talk about. Let's just say that. But of course, I got to bring in my boy M2 Inc. We're gonna have a conversation about what's going on, what's happening, what's been popping, and before I get into his thoughts about Mania weekend, we got to go with the flagship that's been happening. I need your thoughts about, shit. The CM Punk retaliation with AEW? Like, what was that? I know you have something to say about that shit.
They said, why would I have something to say? They said it themselves. They shot themselves in the foot in an attempt to take down the oh so horrific villain that is CM Punk. These motherfuckers thought everybody was going to see the horrific actions and the unprofessional performance of CM Punk. Yet, what did the crowd start chanting? CM Punk! CM Punk! See, your fans don't even think y'all were the good guys, bro.
Well,
look. I think it's wonderful. I think it's a beautiful picture. It just shows that AEW is exactly what I call it: all entertainment wrestling.
Well, before I would like to at least have a counterpoint to it about that is, which happened recently at New Japan, but even before that, everybody is having this conversation about, you know, if you're a Star Wars fan, Han shot first kind of theory. But also, you know, Punk basically detailed everything in the interview of what he said happened. And he even said that.
And the video went exactly how he fucking said.
And
Isn't that crazy?
He said he went the Chael Sonnen method, where he's like, never let anybody get close to you like that, and you got to put.
We'll get to Chael Sonnen because I'm just like, spoiler, it's about to be war on AEW. But continue.
Yeah. So, they announced they were doing the video, and I first said, can they do it?
Spoof.
But I had remembered that the litigation that's happening is not because of the All In incident. It's the All Out, the Brawl Out, where they have the litigation at. So yeah. I guess whatever they wanted to show, they wanted to show. And then I said, why show it now? And even so, my whole thought process was, who are you basically trying to show as the villain here? Or even if there's a villain, are you trying to justify the reasoning of his quote unquote termination when he sat there and said, I don't want to be here anymore? After the brawl out, he was like, let me go. And, you know, Tony was like, no, we're going to rectify it. We're going to split the shows. You're going to have your own show or whatever. He's like, that's not going to work. But yet you kept feeding him talent to that show who were EVP guys. So what was the reason for it?
Look, I'm hearing that this was all Tony Khan's idea. Now, either the Bucks are keeping their names out of this, or this was really Tony Khan's idea because he is butthurt about that doggone what's his name? Ariel Helwani?
Yeah,
Ariel Helwani interview. And getting your wrestlers to constantly go out there and talk about how good of a boss you are and how great the work environment is, bro. Like, I don't understand. You could really just be focusing on your own show, and here comes everybody talking about that's hypocritical because when WWE takes their shots, you don't holler at them. Bro, they're on a whole different level. They can do that. If you ignore them, that makes you look like a bigger product.
Yeah.
When you ignore the big guys, the big dogs barking at you, and you go on about your day, that's what gets attention.
But
when you
you
put
know
on
what?
something better.
And to be fair, WWE has been guilty for that for years. I'm not. Call a spade. We've done that to them as well. That we'll call them up and say, like, dude, even with Triple H, his response to the Vince accusations during their
I got on his ass because I called him Tony Khan Jr.
And I get that, and I said okay. And then you got a lot of other individuals who came behind that who stressed their feelings. And I had said with Triple H's thoughts about it, it was like he's way too close to the situation. I get that, but you get what Becky Lynch has said, what you said, what you heard what Seth has said about it. Shawn Michaels made a provoking thought about it, and then when Punk made his opinion and thoughts about it, it's like okay, it's covered. But Ariel and Tony, they've had heat amongst themselves for a while because anytime Tony wanted to go promote AEW on his show,
he wouldn't give him a real fucking interview. And
it's because
it was just simply promotion.
Right. And, Helwani doesn't do interviews like that. But, like I said, I'm going to play devil's advocate here as well. Ariel is a shill for WWE as much as Meltzer is a shill for AEW. I get that. You don't really get when it comes to the mainstream media of wrestling tabloids where you get impartial thoughts about that. Turnbuckle Tabloid does it here, ladies and gentlemen. We don't give a fuck. But at that same time, I get that. I understand that. We're gonna see who's gonna be partisan to whatever promotion and such. So why be upset when, honestly, I don't know if it was me, but did you take that he actually really shat on AEW during that conversation when he said about what happened during that incident in Wembley?
No, he just exposed his experience there. Now, if that's how it's perceived, that's on them. That's on them. They have no control over the Lollipop Guild. So why not just call a spade a spade? That's the biggest problem with AEW. Nobody can take how can I put this? Nobody can accept reality, should I say?
Look, even criticism, just criticism or their perception of what occurred.
The Bucks think they're goddamn DX, like literally Shawn Michaels and Triple H. They think they're on that level. I don't have a problem with Kenny, to be honest. I really don't. Kenny seems like a humble guy.
Did you hear his comments what he did on Twitch the other day
about the brawl out shit?
Yeah, and he what he mentioned, and he says, I don't
how he made sure the dog was safe. Well, I still call bullshit on that.
Well, not even that. He even talks about I don't have heat, and he says like
yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
He said, fights happen. I'm not a guy who's gonna sit there and say that those incidents don't occur. People have they have their moments and things go out and what they do. And I'm paraphrasing, but he also said that I don't hate Punk. We don't dislike each other. We converse here and there. We have conversations, but it's just a difference of
Kenny
opinion.
Omega's been the adult in this whole situation.
It's funny to say
been
that.
Adam
Like that.
Page in the fucking Bucks.
Yeah, it's funny to say that, and not only him. It's not only them. It's also Cole Cabana, whoever's fucking feeding that whole shit. I still believe that Jericho ties into that shit.
Definitely Jericho.
Yeah, and it's Jericho didn't want somebody to come in and overshine him. Hey, Tony signed me. I'm that guy. Nobody is going to be bigger than me. Sorry, but CM Punk is bigger than you, regardless of when, how. And
I hate to break it to you. Even since 2013? Did that return? 2012, Punk versus Jericho. How many times did Punk beat Jericho?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's.
I don't even remember Jericho getting a dub since 2008 over CM Punk, and Punk had hair.
And once again, people already know I'm a Punk mark. Don't give a fuck about it, and I wear it on my sleeve. I have like multiple shirts. I make multiple shirts for Punk, but at the same time,
for everybody that's gonna call you a Punk mark, I'm sorry that we like motherfuckers that don't take people's shit. So.
But at the same time, I could also say a person's an asshole. They're going to be an asshole. And yes, Punk has had his asshole moments. He has, of course.
Okay, true.
Yeah, of course. He's had his moments. I still see guys who sit there and go, oh, he's a cancer to the locker room. Well, maybe because the locker room he goes in doesn't believe in the same methods that he believes in.
Clearly, because
let me ask
Jack
you this.
Perry thought they were just going to talk.
Let me ask you this. If Tony Khan came in your belief, in your thought process would have been, Tony Khan came to Punk and said, listen, I'm bringing you as a talent. I'm bringing you in to do this and bring numbers in, do this. We're going to line you up and do all the things that just promotes AEW and just brings eyes to the product.
Automatically, I'm lining up feuds with Darby Allin, Malachi Black, Miro, Lance Archer. Let's do something with him. Stuff like that.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then Punk sat there and said, you know what? I'll do that. But just line me up with guys that I can work with and we can do business and make money with. Tony said, yeah, awesome. But then also at the same time, people sat there and was like, you know what? This guy actually draws money. I'm going to ride the gravy train with him. But I don't like him. Don't like him. And I'm going to let it be known that I don't like him just to draw. And it didn't draw. You got the pages. It didn't draw.
I put my hat on the biggest miss payday in AEW history was the Elite versus CMFTR.
Oh, definitely. That should have been done early.
We were so ready for Civil War. And the little girls couldn't get over the shit. I don't know what's going on. They got to be the stars, and they can't grasp the fact that indie shit is not going to pan to worldwide fandom. It's going to get you a couple thousand views on YouTube.
But once again,
and over the years we'll get to 1 million.
But Punk's thought as well what he said when he's like, their business is not my business. I'm about making money. They're about likes and getting 5-star reviews. And that's not my. And for him to say, after Brawl Out, let me out. I'm done. That's a big fucking statement to say, you know what? They don't want me here. They don't like me here. Why keep me here?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I was saying the whole time. He's there fighting children that are constantly talking behind his back and spreading rumors.
So we've been saying this for the longest, right?
What?
So we've been saying it for the longest. We fast forward to the Ariel Helwani interview, and then we get the announcement that the video is going to be released.
And it's real footage, guys.
When you see the footage, right? I had told you, I said they can't allow this footage to go out. I said there's no way it's going to go out. I couldn't believe they would do it. I thought they were going to do a skit. I thought it was going to be I thought it was going to be a parody, something like that. At least if you would have done that, you would have seen.
I said this: if they were going to release the footage, and it's real. CM Punk better be back there flipping tables,
Right.
throwing axes.
Right.
I mean, he better be going crazy backstage. And lo and behold, you know, it turned out exactly how he fucking said.
Right. And the only thing that people are saying is, well, you know, he didn't have to grab him like that. Did you see how he grabbed him up?
How
And-
he snatched him up like a child.
when he was putting
I did.
when he was putting his hair up. Now, if you don't know audio, I mean, all right, if you didn't have audio, right? So we were not gifted the audio part of it, right? But knowing the way that he presented it, how Punk has said it, and how, you know, if you want to make it something to what it is, the way I saw it was like Punk was talking to him. He said what he said, and Perry was putting his hair up and was like, "If you don't like it, do something about it." Punk did something about it. Yo, dude,
See,
like,
I think CM Punk lied a little bit. I
Uh-huh.
gotta call him out. I think he lied a little bit. He said, "Do something about it." I think it was more of, "Do something."
but the other layer of it was like, if you're trying to present this as Tony was fearful,
Scared for
of
his life
it,
because a grown man yelled at him.
it didn't resonate there. You didn't see it there.
You know what though? Shout out Samoa Joe, the savior of Jungle Boy.
And shout out to Chris Hero. God, he looked like he was just like, he was like, God, I just got here and I got to deal with this shit.
I'm saying the Young Bucks talk about they was stressed. Poor Chris Hero, he was not ready for that.
Yeah, and I think for them, maybe it was
Like I said, I'm hearing the whole thing, storyline, inclusion, and all was Tony's idea.
Well, I was gonna get to that.
You know, Tony's never wrong.
I was gonna get to that, but my whole thing is, if you know, if you're trying to underline to make it say like Tony was the victim here and he had to do what he had to do, it wasn't presented there in the video.
It was a joke. It was Bush League. It was exactly what all the naysayers, all the AEW haters,
You had
all
a
the people
barrier.
that know what fucking wrestling is, say what AEW is.
You had a barrier to where supposedly Tony was and where Punk was when he turned around and, like he said during the interview, this is your fault. You should have dealt with this. You're a clown. I want out of here. And you saw it, and they dragged him out.
There's the problem, because Tony's not a clown. Tony's doing the best booking of his life. What do you mean?
Sarcasm is a little thick here tonight. It's a little thick. It's a little thick here tonight.
You're never going to get Tony to admit his booking sucks. You're never going to get Tony to admit he doesn't know how to run a wrestling company. He's got an encyclopedia worth of excuses of why he actually can and how numbers are actually higher than they've ever been, when they've been the lowest than they've ever been in their fucking life.
Can you imagine?
Nobody wants to watch that shit.
Anytime that we wait to see what the ratings are for AEW, and mind you, I don't wait for the ratings for WWE for anything anymore, because it's like they have a steady flow of what it is. Be it after Mania, be it after fucking whatever the fuck, a PLE, whatever it is they have going on. They stay.
By the way, you wanted my taste in wrestling? That episode of SmackDown. That's what I wanted. We got stars again.
We
got stars again.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that, because I thought of you when that was happening. We'll get to that. So when it came to the whole premise of who was wrong here, the end of the day, you brought up a video that basically said that Punk was justified on what he was saying.
Because Punk
insane.
never said. Look, the funniest thing about all of this, Punk never said he wasn't the aggressor.
Right.
He didn't say he didn't initiate the fight.
Right.
Physically, he said a little punk told me to do something about it, so I did something about it.
And he even said in the interview, if I'm paraphrasing, that he actually came in with two different guises coming in. I came in as a wrestler, but I also came in to help the company, meaning like they were paying me to be like a producer or a booker or, part of that. And
You already know he couldn't wait to pass on that shit. Like he wanted another Daniel Bryan. That's what he wanted Punk to be.
Yeah, because he couldn't be a disciplinary. Daniel Bryan is a disciplinarian because everybody likes him. He's so cool. He's so laid back. He's not confrontational.
He couldn't wait to see CM Punk play I kick you, you kick me.
Right.
But Punk didn't want to do that. Thank God.
And even the funniest story is that Punk got released under that whole
probable
cause, human resources bullshit, and Bryan Danielson was part of that reason to let him go. And Punk was like, I wanted to leave a year prior. I wanted to get the fuck out. I wanted out.
Oh God! Like, thank you. The fuck is this?
You don't make yourselves look better for that. You basically are just trying to use me as a catalyst for why you're doing bad, but you're doing bad because of reason of not doing good business.
Look, no matter what y'all want to say about AEW, where they don't do the same things as WWE, they're not as crooked. At the end of the day, when it comes to business, Tony's gonna do what the fuck he's got to do to make his company put his company in the brightest light. If he's got to make Punk look like the bad guy, he's gonna do that because Tony cannot look like a bad booker. Tony can't look like a I can't even think of a word.
But okay, even more than that, what was your thoughts about the Punk's take on? I mean, the Bucks' take on using it as, see, the reason why we couldn't focus is because what happened in the back. So it's like, what?
Sounds like it sounds like if they would have like coming
trying
from
to
them,
sell,
they're trying to sell it as a weak excuse. That's heel heat.
Yeah.
That'll get that's what I'm hearing. But it's like that's what the fuck. It's just a weak excuse. It's lame to me. It doesn't matter. That if anything, all we care about was goddamn Punk was right.
Right.
Nobody cares about that. Nobody came out of this caring about the angle for the pay-per-view. Nobody is talking about the match. Everybody's talking about goddamn Punk was spot on. He wasn't lying. That's it. That's all that came out of this. So CM Punk is still the biggest draw in AEW. And now you put more positive light on the guy that you just sent to the competition. That is spot on business.
And by the way, shout out to Punk who made the Rick Rude correlation by being on two shows in 1 week that were opposite.
Hey, he putting in work.
This guy's a cancer to the business. And I'm like, really? Is he?
He's just the worst.
All I see is money. All it's been is money. You know who's a cancer to the business? Hulk Hogan was a cancer to the fucking business. You know who was a cancer in the back as well? Shawn Michaels was a cancer to the business. You know what I'm saying? But you know what they did too? Draw money. They drew money.
Fucking lootly.
It's insane.
Absolutely.
And like I said, do I condone what they did? Maybe not. Even Sean said this, like, you know what? I was an asshole for doing shit. Hulk, maybe not. Not him. He still he calls it. Punk right now is like me in 2014 is different from me in 2024. If I was a guy from 2014, I wouldn't be back here in 2024.
Well, we're listing y'all former assholes, Triple H and Randy Orton. You know, we're just gonna
especially Triple H was known as a fucking asshole. He's even had it.
He's the owner now.
Cena had asshole moments.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't like how he did Jack Swagger. I don't like how he did Alex Riley.
What are you talking about?
I don't like that.
How he did oh my God, the Nexus. He did them
oh my God.
He did them dirty.
Absolutely, because that was his idea.
Yeah, exactly. Cena had asshole moments. Brock Lesnar had asshole moments.
That's all. Brock Lesnar came into this shit and asshole.
Yeah, asshole moments.
But what do you think Cena's thought process was? Do you really think Cena was just having a selfish moment?
I believe so. I do, because he couldn't believe, especially when it came to the one person that he could have put over on that run was Wade Barrett.
Absolutely.
He could have. I mean, I get it. Gabriel, Slater,
Skip Sheffield.
I mean, he definitely was going to put him over. He was not gonna, definitely was going to put him over. But
there was that. Who was the dude with the mask?
The black dude.
Yeah,
I forgot his name. But even still, Barrett was the one that you had to put over, and Barrett at that time could have been top heel,
huge,
top heel at the time.
Our modern day William Regal at that time.
And he buried him, and you saw it, mic wise, ring wise. He was and the look of him could have did something crazy, but he buried him, and he acknowledged it. Yo,
literally,
I fucked up with that.
Chairs.
Yeah, he said I fucked up with that. I did fuck up with that. But
after he got his stardom and fame, of course he realized.
Yeah,
like fuck you, what the fuck? Don't acknowledge that.
But
now, what?
I think Barrett right now he's chilling. He's making a nice check. He's good. He could do his.
Oh, absolutely.
He's doing good. So other than that, we got that, and the social media is the backlash was crazy. I didn't even think it was gonna be that bad. They went. I mean,
they made it worse.
Everything from like the usual fluff YouTube pages that I know, like What Culture and Cultaholics, who are very impartial, to the fucking
impartial. The Brits.
No, I mean,
my God. Okay, maybe it's mostly Wrestle Talk, but boy, they glaze AEW. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I'm saying like they're like impartial to the sense of AEW style, where they're like, well, you know, AEW is such a.
At least they're having fun.
Yeah, you know, I love the wrestling there. Even they were sitting there like, what the hell did they just do there?
Everybody say it, like literally everybody saying that. Even Dave is saying that.
And shout out to AEW and Tony Khan, who sat there and said, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna send out anybody who tries to air that segment or the video. Lawsuit time.
Yeah, right there. Right there. So
pussy.
That right, it's war.
You pussy.
It's absolute war. He took my reaction. He took my reaction. I got to so many views, and he took my reaction. Congratulations, AEW. My channel is now focused on you, your worst moments, your lack of talent. It's on. It is on, Tony. You got my attention. You wanted attention. You want views. I got you.
You know what? You know what hurt me about that too? Is it took so much away from the Samoa Joe and Swerve build up. Like it did. It actually hurt it, man.
No, that contract signing hurt it.
I mean, it was official. The contract signing, I fucked with the contract signing. I liked it. I don't like making a hero. I don't like a dumb hero. I don't like the Goku type beating and then the villain loses because the power of friendship type shit. Well, then it's not over yet. It's not there yet.
I know, but you get put through a table, you get a comeback, and you get what did he do? Get put through a table, and then he came back and choked him out?
Yeah.
Or did he choke him out and then put him through a table?
It was
Or some
through the
stupid
tape. Yeah, it was
stuff
the either way. It's like
that's like
the contract. The
overrated
contract signing that night was big. That was a big one. You know, and
That's
then
like because the most overrated wrestling moment in history to me is "I'm still standing, Taker." Sit your little bitch ass down. Like what? And then he raised his arm. Like, cool. What? What the fuck?
And you know what's the really crazy shit about it too was the fuck. We never even spoke about it. Was the Edge pom pom fucking promo? Before that, it was like
Even he didn't mean that.
What a
He on his
whore.
face.
What a whore! Like Edge,
I really realized exactly what AEW is.
wow.
When you don't like it, Triple H really. The truth does hurt. When you're afraid of the grind, when you're not ready to fall into the mid card like Edge, or you just don't want to make your storylines make sense, and you just want to go out there and have a blast and get paid good money. You go to AEW. You don't care about your character. You don't care about consistent storylines. You just want to make money. You just go to AEW. But when you want a serious character, you can either go to Impact or you can go to WWE.
But what if you used a AEW original to do that, cheerleader fucking promo? Wouldn't you have used someone like that as opposed to Edge? Edge was...
MJF is gone.
I mean, come on. I mean, man, like...
The bidding war of 2024 is looking way more one-sided than people think.
Someone who was there from day one, who's still getting a check and still happy that his family's getting money and he's still able. Oh, I forgot. They had releases. They can't do that. I forgot about that shit. Right after they said they would never do that. Oh my God!
And I would just like people to know that Slim J was a part of that. I don't like that. The man couldn't feed his family. The man couldn't feed his family, couldn't get a new house. But Orange Kipperly is collecting millions for what?
All right. So how would it have been out of turn to have Orange Cassidy go out there to do that promo? I noticed, and I would have at least taken it to say like
it would have been better than Edge actually. But
that he would have grabbed the mic, that he'd be like, "I know this is out of because AEW doesn't give a fuck about gimmicks and fucking staying to fucking kayfabe. I know this is out of character for me, and I'm moving away from kayfabe right now. But I'd just like to say that AEW has been a staple of my livelihood," and just blah 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 blah. Wouldn't it have been better that he did it as Edge? Edge looked like he was like,
I gotta make the money mark happy.
Exactly. I
gotta go powder the baby. Let me just go out here real quick.
And not for nothing,
things about the company.
Not for nothing. I kind of thought that FTR kind of danced that way too. I'm like, guys, stop it.
Definitely.
Don't do that.
FTR's been doing that.
Don't do that. Don't
when
do
FTR
that.
started talking about they've been having the best match of their career, and I haven't seen shit to top goddamn Alpha. Not even Alpha Academy. American Alpha versus FTR and DIY versus FTR.
Listen.
Like the fuck.
It's at this point right now that when that contract is getting close, and CM Punk is like, "Hey Paul,
y'all ready to stop playing?"
Hey, Paul. No, he's like, "Hey Paul, these guys are good." He's like, "Really? You really want me to bring these guys in after what they did that?" And come on, you know how the business is. You gotta beg him for like a year contract.
Bro,
like,
can you imagine FTR leading a match with the Creed brothers?
I mean, come on,
bro.
It's in the writing. It's there.
I'm begging for it.
It's in the
That
writing.
is the ultimate put over. Please, that is this team of this generation.
So. Which leads to, and then I want to get your thoughts later on about what we didn't get to speak about was Mania afterwards. But I want to go to what's happening right now, the progression. We saw that in New Japan, Moxley wins their world title.
So I have been seeing everywhere, just everywhere, the first person to win a title in AEW, WWE, and New Japan, John Moxley. And I'm like, yay? What? They gave it to him? I mean, I guess he's Mr. Billy Badass. Fuck it.
Dude, I said the same thing, and mind you, I love Moxley, and I always preface it to saying I love Moxley, and
I like Ambrose.
I love
I'm done with
Moxley. I loved it when he was Ambrose. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I love
I'm done
Ambrose.
with him.
I love
I'm done
Ambrose.
with Moxley.
I
So
love
done.
Moxley. You're right. I love Moxley, and maybe I should be done with. I love Ambrose. I should be done with Moxley. You're right, especially the way that Regal built up the Dean Ambrose in NXT and all that shit. It was such a fucking great hype for him. And when he got to the main roster, when he got to the Shield, he was the voice. He was everything. It was fucking awesome. I loved him. I had shirts for him and everything.
Underrated classic. Dean Ambrose, Chris Jericho, Payback 2016.
Nice. That's a good pull. Good one. Nice.
Absolutely, bro. I've told you I'm the greatest match collector there's ever been. I have the greatest collection. I have all the every classic you could think of from 2011 on up.
Follow my guy. Follow my guy for that. Where they can follow you for that? Where they gonna get you for that?
I'm telling you, they can get me at M2 Inc. or The Reality of Wrestling. My bad on TikTok. Definitely, because we are definitely gonna go retro. I have so much to discuss. So many triple threats. So many.
Like I said, I'm an Ambrose guy, and like I said, maybe it's just I'm an Ambrose guy, but the Moxley thing, and everybody, like I said, everybody.
I'm gonna put it to you like this: I have plenty Dean Ambrose matches. John Moxley may appear about 3-4 times.
Right.
I'm being just.
I think he never liked the WWE style, but at the same time,
clearly not, because he couldn't use chainsaws. he couldn't bleed everywhere. He couldn't thumbtack somebody. He couldn't hammer nails in Brock's head or some shit. I don't know what.
And he got mad when Brock said, "I'm not having a WrestleMania match with that bullshit. I'm not doing that."
He was so boring. Like, bro, Brock lets you DDT him on a pile of chairs. That's about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a good thing. Like, it's Brock. What do you want?
I mean, what do you expect? Like, but you know, at the same time,
he's gonna sit there and let you pour gasoline on him, Brock Lesnar.
And then,
come on, bro.
And then Moxley will sit there and he'll, he'll blame, and I get it too, because under that regime, it's not gonna work. But at the same time, at this regime that's happening, this new era that's happening, that they're calling it, Mox is not going to work either. It's not. That's not their style, and I think that he's okay where he's at. But for them to, and like I said before, this, especially New Japan, they are so fucking thirsty for anybody to bring eyes to the product. I feel bad for Naito, because that's my dude. I fucks with Naito heavy. He just held the belt for a couple of fucking months. That was it.
Damn.
That was it. After Wrestle Kingdom, that was it.
That's because they need Moxley. He's a star.
I guess. I don't know.
And we're gonna get another classic with him in, who's the pit bull looking dude? God damn it. The short dude, the short bald motherfucker that headbutts motherfuckers. I can't think of his name. He does a brain buster as a finisher.
Oh, Ishii?
There we
Ishii,
go.
Ishii?
We're gonna get a classic with them. Yep.
I'm like, I think Naito's already he's ready to close the door. So I don't give a shit, you know. But at the same time, I'm
Naito's actually good.
Yeah. I don't know. And everybody's like, it's a grand slam because he did it in 3 different promotions. I'm like, yeah.
It means more if you win in New Japan, Impact in WWE. Fuck AEW.
But even still, there are people who have done it that way. There's people who've done it that they were WCW champs, they were Impact champs,
ECW
and they were
champions.
WWE champs. There's people who've done it that way. There's people who've done it with.
Who's been WWE, WCW, and ECW?
I gotta look it up. I have to. I have to do that research. I gotta look that up. And there's also from back in that era, New Japan, WCW, WWF champs, or All Japan. There's numerous ways you could do grand champs, but it has to be something solidified because AEW is the competitor. There was somebody who actually, it's a guy who Assemble. He does the on YouTube. He does the WWE 2K recaps, and he follows and all that stuff. Everything the wrestling and also the video game. And he mentioned, he says, honestly, AEW's competition isn't WWE. AEW's competition is TNA.
Absolutely. We're getting eyes up there. Yes, sir.
That's where it's at, especially now with the denigration of their ratings, their viewerships. And who's to say NXT is growing little by little? They just sold out a fucking arena. NXT sold out a fucking arena. It's the largest arena that they've ever sold out.
That's because we actually have stars again
And
we care about.
And they're about to be on network TV come November. That's going to be something that, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying.
Look, this is going to be epic. I love it. I haven't had this much faith in WWE in a long time, and have not had so much fun watching AEW crumble.
So, I'm not that dude. I don't want to see a company fail. I don't want to see it fail because, like I said,
if Tony Khan insists on staying in creative, I want it to crash.
Nah, I don't, because, like I said, I want wrestlers to have some place to go, wrestle, make money. You know, there's an opening.
But the madness will never end, because you got to realize the madness will never end, because at the end of the day, none of those wrestlers want to end the endless payday that is Tony Khan. Because if Tony Khan accepts the reality that he's a bad booker, I guarantee you this, if he accepts the reality that he's a bad booker, he's shutting down.
But who's going to tell?
He's not going to want to do it anymore.
Who is going to tell him? Who's going to tell him?
Exactly why AEW will never be, because nobody's going to tell him that he's a bad booker.
And
so the nonsense will never stop.
I already felt it when Tama Tonga pulled up on SmackDown. I already felt that everybody said there was he's stupid. He should have went there. He should have went to AEW. They're gonna use him better.
Gallows and Anderson.
And I'm going like, dude, like, people.
Gallows and Anderson left the Bullet Club,
and it's like, even them, you don't hear shit from them. They usually bitch about everything. You don't hear shit about them.
They're good.
They're like, I'm making money. My contract is up. If I decide to leave, I'm fine. I could pop to NXT. I could pop to wherever the fuck you want me to. If I don't want to wrestle anymore, I'm good. If I want to go back to Japan, I'm good. But right now, I'm making money and I'm with my family. I'm good. That's all they give a fuck about. That's why Tama Tonga came to WWE. There. Be with his family.
Looking like Roman Jr.
And not only his legitimate family, to where he doesn't have to be flying to Japan anymore, but his Samoan heritage, Fiji family. He's there. So,
but here's my thing. Why are they playing with this? Why are they playing with us?
With what?
That's not the Samoan we're looking for. Where the fuck is Jacob?
Oh, he's coming. Oh, baby.
Oh,
he's
he
coming.
better be.
Oh, he's coming.
He
baby.
better be.
Oh, baby,
oh
he's
God,
coming.
he better be.
He's coming, baby. He's coming.
I can't. That's the one I'm waiting for. I'm going
He's
so
coming,
stupid
baby.
when I see him. Swear to God,
Oh,
I've been waiting on him for so long.
And that's because everybody. You know what I loved about it too? That people were sitting in there and go, "Oh well, if Tomo comes up in WWE, they ain't nobody know who he was." When that hoodie came off, crowd fucking pop. They knew who the fuck he was.
Exactly.
They knew who the fuck he was.
Exactly.
And the craziest shit about Tom is that he could fucking talk. He could talk his ass off.
No, absolutely. He been talking in Japan. That's how we know.
He gonna
That's
be
how
crazy.
we know.
And he talked to
He
Paul
been going
Heyman.
ape.
He went to Paul Heyman. He was talking shit. I was like, oh, that's what I'm talking about.
That's crazy. How you feeling about civil warfare in the bloodline?
Oh, I love it. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
The only thing I don't like about it so far is I feel Jimmy crawling back to Jay now, and I don't like
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But this is what I'm saying. This is one of the options that I threw out there after me, and when we talked about it, I said we could see civil war happen. It could be something great. You know?
Yeah, because my thing is, didn't Solo absolutely say fuck Paul Heyman? Pretty much.
Well,
I don't think Roman agrees with that.
No.
This is gonna be great.
It's once the wise man,
and then we still don't know where Jacob is. What is he gonna do?
Once the wise man gets spiked in his neck, the tribal chief is not gonna like that. And not only that, what side does what size does the final boss take? Who does he like?
I knew he was coming. He's gonna make this all about him. So
I know he's still gonna be focused on Cody because we're not done with our story yet. But what side does he take on this?
That's what this is going to be great, bro. I'm telling you, this is what I'm talking about. The anticipation. I haven't had this since I was a kid.
Remember,
all right, now I got to ask you.
Wait, hold on. Before you even ask, remember when we would bash WWE for months on months and months on months?
Any stars?
Any stars or story progression or nothing making sense on how this occurs and why it is
boring.
And on a blink of a fucking eye, all you did a fucking Marvel snap, and a fucking guy is gone. The old man is done
because you removed the nonsense, the thing that AEW will never do. They removed all the bullshit. It's gone. The nonsensical ideas are done. All the randomness is gone. There is structure.
And by the way,
the OG NXT
and by the way,
shit we loved is on the main roster now.
But by the way, didn't I tell you about what was going to happen with Sami Zayn in the Chad Gable thing?
What?
Chad Gable's going to get his match coming up, right?
But Sammy better turn heel.
No, wait. We're going to see how that's going to work. Because regardless of what you say, how that build up and how it occurs, somewhere along the line,
not Chad.
Chad is. I'm not going to say he's going to turn heel. I'm going to let it play out. I'm not going to let it. I'm going to let it play out, but I'm going to let it play where Sammy doesn't win clean.
That's what I need.
Sammy. They're going to either make it to be where Sammy goes back to his heel way. Please. Or we got to build a way to get Chad to be the Chad that we knew before.
No.
But you know what? He's already been showing signs of that kind of look.
Obnoxious, childish heel. We like the intense baby face.
And mind you, remember, we had already had to deal with Shorty G for a minute.
Exactly.
Let's get the guy that we want to get, but whatever we get him will be substantial. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. So, just your thoughts on just quickly, night one of WrestleMania. Your thoughts?
Hit or miss. It was a lot of garbage, but there was some good. There was only really two good matches: the ladder match and the tag match.
You weren't a fan of Rhea and Becky?
Oh yeah, Rhea and Becky. Rhea and Becky was good. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Ladder match was fun. Loved it.
Awesome.
Tag match. Yeah. I thought
it was kind of long at points. Yeah, it was kind of long, but it was still fun to watch.
I thought the main event just dragged way too fucking long because it's just Rock. You know what I mean? It's just him.
It was a lot of Rock.
And by the way, that fucking light for the advertisement was so fucking distracting to me. It should have annoyed the fuck out of me.
It was flashing like a bitch.
There was somebody who was talking about with the tag match. With LWO and they got up there Fantasma that they were like,
I honestly didn't care enough.
No, but they were like, why did they use football plays? I'm like, dude, do you not know that
they're the Philadelphia fucking Eagles?
But
they're in Philadelphia.
But not only that, they've been in WrestleMania for years. Football players have. I think they might have been in like 50% of WrestleManias. They were in WrestleMania 2 in the Battle Royals. So yeah, they make an impact. Gronkowski being involved in it.
Gronk was the goddamn 24/7 champion, wasn't he?
Exactly. So what are you talking about? You know, I some of these guys make me laugh. But yeah, with the ladder match, I have to say that I'm happy to say that I called that shit. A-Town Down Under and fucking Awesome Truth getting the wins.
That was the best fucking goddamn decision they could have made, because those are the top two teams in that tag match. Definitely, because I love me some DIY. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not time.
Move to night 2. Night 2, when you looked at the card, you said, oh, okay, I guess. But
night 2 was magical.
We didn't think it was gonna be like that. So
oh God.
Opening card, the opening match, Seth and Drew. And once again,
holy shit.
Did I call it though? Come on, give it to me. Did I call it?
Bro, you called it like a You called it like a bitch. And the craziest thing is that I wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't even thinking about it until it happened. And I was so mad, but I couldn't be mad. Because, oh my God, it was ripped away from me.
But Drew was fantastic in that match. All up and down, everything.
He was a beast.
Even tweeting during the fucking match was fucking hilarious. But the CM Punk sell, everything going down, even the way, this is what I'm saying, like, how can the way even the conversation during that time after Drew wins and he and Punk are having a conversation on the announcer's table, and Punk is telling him, he's like, this is your time. Why are you worrying about me? You're good. Congratulations. Go do your thing. He kept going about it, and he did the fucking chop. Oh. When the music hit, yo.
Oh my God. I was hoping for a failure. I was not a failure of the cash in, but I was like, trip or something, please. No, not right now. No, he just got that bitch.
The best part about that was the next night when you go, Drew's gonna kill everybody on the next night. The best on Raw when fucking Michael Cole and McAfee are doing commentary and McAfee's on the table and Michael's like, sit down. You need to sit. No, get off the table. No, he's not. McIntyre threw the microphone at him.
He was not for the game.
Yo, he came out in the theme music. He did none of it. He had nothing. He went straight to the ring, tight.
Oh, yeah, he was pissed.
Yo.
Telling you, and then he lost, and then it cost him again.
Yeah, yo.
Punk is gonna die. Punk is going to get. There's gonna be one of these where Punk gets written off TV because it's gonna be one of those because McIntyre's got to get his get back. It's gonna be.
No, but actually, Punk has to get his get back for hurting him, so it's got to be something.
Punk is gonna kick. I mean, McIntyre is going to kick Punk's head off.
Well, remember, we still have to think about the fact that as they say, McIntyre's contract is still up, so
he's re-signing like a motherfucker.
Please. Oh yeah, because he's going to AEW. Whatever, fuck.
Like what the fuck? Not even. There's nowhere else to go. They're about to go to Clash at the Castle
it's like
in his hometown, ain't it?
Yeah, and it's like the same thing with
home country, whatever you want to call it.
It's like the same thing with Becky and Seth. They're gonna take time off, let them chill. They work their ass off. Let them listen. I always said write them off TV, let them chill. And then when they come back, it means something. Let me
ask you this because I'm scared because I want it to be McIntyre, but who do you put the world title on at Clash of the Castle?
Nobody.
McIntyre.
Nobody.
Or Gunther.
Nobody. Not yet. Nobody yet. Nope.
Oh yeah, because I keep thinking it's not Seth. Yeah.
Yeah. No, nobody. Not yet. No, nobody. Right now, fucking Damien's doing a tour. And by the way, for a lot of you motherfuckers like that, none of y'all had said shit about Damian Priest for the longest time. Now all of a sudden,
until he won the title.
Now everybody can. He's a jobber. He's a bisexual Undertaker, and blah blah. Fuck you, man. Go fuck yourselves.
I've been with them since Punishment Martinez, so I don't give a fuck what they talking about.
Oh yeah, fuck y'all. That's what. Hating that. You know what? He's doing his job. Thank you. And when he came out on Raw and was the funniest thing was that fucking they stood up there with the titles and fucking R-Truth came up with the tag title.
That shit had me rolling.
I almost pissed myself.
We're not doing this again.
I almost fucking lost it with that shit. That was gold. Great question for that. Where we go? By the way, just quickly, the street fight, I thought it was, I didn't think it was bad either.
It was hellacious. That shit was nice. I loved it.
Yeah,
they was whooping each other. Bro.
I thought it was a bathroom break match, but it was actually fucking good. I had a good time with that as well.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think there was a bathroom break match on night 2.
Yo, and I would have thought it was when you looked at it. I was like, oh, this shit was, it could have been lackluster.
Because it wasn't as good as Rhea versus Becky, but Io versus Bayley is not to be slept on.
Yeah, and I was telling you, the only thing that messed me up was the fact that I thought Bayley's entrance was kind of heelish, and I was trying to tell you it was like a Yu-Gi-Oh kind of character that she did.
Like Exodia or something.
Something like that. But I thought that once again that it had the pop that it needed to have. I thought it was a great match.
And I just really want to say, like, Io was shining. I'm sorry. She's so good.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. LA Knight and fucking AJ. God.
That shit was real shocking. Because first of all, I really didn't care. But I will say thank you, Triple H, because you're a genius. You're a genius, and thank you. Oh my God!
Why?
Now who are in the finals of the tournament? That's for the WWE Championship. Who's in the finals?
LA Knight and AJ.
I'm not watching that bland ass scripted workshop motherfucking Cody Rhodes beat LA Knight. Yes, give AJ his win back. Absolutely. Thank God. Please give him his win back. I'm not watching Cody beat LA Knight. Please, no. I can't do it. Because y'all remember Cena versus Chris Jericho.
Right.
Y'all remember Cena versus Christian and Chris Jericho. Cena versus goddamn Edge. Cena versus Michael. Cena versus Triple H. All that. Oh, it's coming. Y'all might as well get ready. He about to beat Lashley. He about to beat McIntyre. He about to not McIntyre. He about to beat Solo. He's about to beat. Who else is on SmackDown roster?
Well, for now, because remember the draft is coming up at the end of the month, so.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get you on the show before the draft happens, so we get our predictions for that. But other than that, we'll lead up to
he's gonna beat the whole Legado del Fantasma.
Before I let you go, I want you to tell me your thoughts of the main event, and I had told you about the possibilities that occurred with that, with the pop-ups and the run-ins that could occur once we knew that the main event from night one was going to be a bloodline win, and then we get bloodline rules for night one. What you thought about what happened on night two?
Because I think only one run-in really shocked the crowd, because we knew that Jay was coming. We didn't know he was going to spear Jimmy off that ramp. That was
because night one, and we mentioned night one, Jay versus Jimmy was the biggest disappointment out of everybody. Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's no one on that. I
have somebody defending it on my page.
Really?
They said it looked like they told a story. I don't know what the fuck story they told.
And
this is bad soap opera wrestling.
Both nights I watched twice. I watched it again because my daughter wanted to watch it with me. Both times.
Did she like it?
Huh?
Did she like it?
No. She even her. She was like, no. It just like the best thing is, like you said, it was like an AEW match, and then even that is selling it badly. Like it's. I think that they could have done so much more with it, especially now what they're doing with the storyline. They could have done so much more with it, but
I wanted so much more. Trust me.
But
that was one of my most anticipated matches.
But what happened was on night two with them, when Jimmy does he does his pop up and Jay runs that. I think that was my not my biggest pop, but the most fun for me when I saw that shit. That shit was crazy on how that, especially with them coming off the ramp they did. I loved it.
Hell yeah, that shit was wild.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, Cena's pop was like Cena popping up was expected. Couldn't call when it was going to happen, but we knew Cena was coming. Now everybody was listening for some glass to break.
Yes,
but and the funniest thing, I was watching with my little brother. I explained to him why Cena was there, because when Cena was there, he's like, "Why is Cena here?" And I was like, and Solo pretty much retired Cena or something like that.
Right.
You know, I was like, and then Undertaker popped up. He was like, "Okay, why is Undertaker here?" Said, it's WrestleMania.
No, okay. So, two things came up. Number one, they said they couldn't make the real thing was they couldn't make a money deal with Stone Cold at the time. But at the same time, my boy Hank, shout out to my boy Hank Flanagan.
Dang, they can settle with The Rock, but not Stone Cold. What's he asking?
It's weird, but at the same time, Hank made a mention. He says they have history as well. Rock and Undertaker has history as well. And he said, think about it. In the history of Rock's career, there's only two people in his career that he could never son. And that was Stone Cold and that was Undertaker. No. Undertaker. Undertaker, he couldn't beat.
He beat Stone Cold.
I'm talking about Undertaker. I'm talking about Rock and Undertaker.
You said Stone Cold and Undertaker.
No. Two people Rock couldn't beat. Rock beat him after 2 times in Mania. Remember, he won two. He won one out of the 3 falls.
15 and then 17.
But career wise, career-wise, Undertaker always had something over The Rock. Always.
Yeah, but I don't remember Rock ever beating Undertaker.
Not in
Maybe
WrestleMania.
that-
No, not in
maybe.
WrestleMania. I'm talking about in career-wise, period. There was always that whenever Undertaker showed up, when The Rock was there in the career, The Rock, right. There was always that. There was always something that Rock couldn't get over on him.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So that was the best look for him. So I was like, okay, I could get that. I see that. Even still, all you got to do is hit a bong, and the crowd loses their shit.
Absolutely.
Crowd
Because
loses
I
their
lost my shit because I wasn't expecting no Undertaker.
But the best one was the storytelling with the Shield thing.
Oh yeah,
I
that
mean,
got everybody's attention.
like you said, who you thought was gonna pop up?
Dean Ambrose. I was looking hard as a motherfucker. That broke my neck. I was Dean. Wait, hold up. And then I was like, oh yeah, Seth. Okay. He said he was going to be a Shield. I get it now.
Yeah,
I got so excited. I'm not going to lie.
I knew exactly that wasn't going to fucking happen. I knew what it was. I was more hyped at the fact that Seth came out with the Shield gear. I was like, oh shit. But when he came and he did the whole thing with the chair and all that shit, and I was like, wow. Somebody in the back know what the fuck they doing, bro. I was like, they know.
Fucking Lou.
They know what the fuck they doing. But we get Cody as the champ, and
now we got no. Let's talk about Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said you don't hear Workshop. Now I know you watch SmackDown.
Okay.
Come on, bro.
What?
Come on, bro. That opening segment with Cody, the new champion. Come on, bro.
Okay.
That's how people talk.
No, the funniest thing is that he made a reference to Brandy's
the open fight night.
Yeah.
Or open mic night.
That was actually pretty funny.
What Brian on Jim Cornette has been begging for.
Yeah.
He has been begging for her to just come down.
But that goes to show you that they listen to those shows. They listen to it. Punk has said he listened to the shows.
The experience.
But I think the comparison of what we saw on Raw, which is awkward because of what Rock is. That's just what he does. That was just so prolonged and awkward as shit. Even the crowd was. And by the way,
crowd, that's the funniest thing ever.
And
the funny because I was again watching it with my little brother, and the first thing that popped out of our mouths was, "This is awkward," and what the fuck they start chanting.
But by the way, at the same time, fuck Philly come to Hall of Fame because y'all was so disrespectful during the Hall of Fame. Yo, fuck y'all for that shit, man. Yo, honestly,
what happened?
Please. After Heyman's great fucking his speech for his induction, everybody else they was talking over them. They weren't even fucking paying attention. It was
just there for Heyman.
Yeah, it's like get the fuck out of here. It was fucking ridiculous bullshit. And at the end of the day, it was better that Heyman opened because they would have done the same shit waiting for Heyman to come out at 1:00 in the morning. It'd be the same shit. But yeah, as opposed to Friday's Cody's opening his promo, it was better. It was better.
He's like I said, this is our John Cena, and it's cheesier than the last one. I can't do it. I just can't. He's so goddamn.
He's their white hot baby face. That's what he's going to be. Yeah, that's exactly what it's gonna be.
But LA Knight's there. He's a man.
LA Knight is not going to. He's not going to be that. If he's going to get the title, he's going to get the title as a heel.
The same principle.
He's
of when
going
you
to
put
be a
Cena
heel.
in there with either a baby face Batista a babyface Triple H or a babyface Shawn
guarantee you,
Michaels.
on my mark, when heel goes in, I mean, when he gets his shot, he's going in as a heel. He's going to be doing it as a heel.
He's going to outshine the fuck out of Cody. That's going to be a problem.
I mean, it's whatever you say it is, but right now, he's their fucking champ.
Coming, I'm telling you, the Cena sucks. It's coming. I promise you, it's coming.
Of course it is. It's always going to be. Even Dijak said it. He said on Twitter, he said, you're going to turn on Cody as quick as you turned on anybody else to put him over. And he's not wrong. It's going to happen. Of course it is. It's going to happen.
But there are wrestlers that will never. Do you realize there are wrestlers that never got turned on?
Ray never got turned on.
Batista as a babyface never got turned on. What match can you say Batista got booed as a babyface?
Batista got turned on when he left.
Yeah, but as a pure babyface, world heavyweight champion Batista, who booed him?
But look at the roster that he was dealing with at the time. They were doing
the only time, and then all right, let's do Triple H. Babyface Triple H. The only time you can say anybody ever booed him was either when he went against CM Punk or when he went against Jeff Hardy.
But Triple H never stood face for a long period of time because he always wanted to be heel. He never stood there.
He was like a face for 2 years. What you mean? 3 years.
That's not a long time for that period. That's not a long time. It's not. And remember, a lot of that time too, the only time he really turned face is when he came back from injury. Any other time, he never worked to be face.
He was a whole face WWE champion.
That or DX, and that was it. That's the only way that the later DX where he worked face.
Yeah.
He never worked really and got over really as a talent.
I'm not. Gray shirt Triple H is the GOAT. What do you mean? No, I can't hear that. I'll take that over Cena. Like every other grown ass man would take that over Cena in 2008.
You talking about 1 year?
Bro, what do you mean 1 year? That was his best year. 2009 too. Triple H was cool.
You talking about in comparison to Hulk Hogan, Cena? Like, I'm selling merch. That's what it all mattered.
But that's not the point I'm making.
Do you know how much money fucking Cody made WrestleMania weekend merch wise?
Because the kids are buying. That's the point I'm making.
No. And we're gonna talk about this in a minute because the segment is running long. But I'm gonna ask you this: look at WrestleMania. I want you to look again at WrestleMania. I want you to look at the crowd. I want you to see how many people, especially on night 2, were wearing Cody shit. And I'm talking about I'm not even saying t-shirts. I'm talking about the fucking jackets that they were selling.
It's a cool jacket. It's a nice shirt. There's Bullet Club shirts.
Whatever. I'm gone. Listen, tell everybody where they can get you at, bro, and where they can find you at. You are killing me. Go ahead, bro.
Reality of Wrestling, bro. TikTok. You can also get me on YouTube at 2K in Politics, where I'm pretty sure I think I'm gonna make a little compilation. I'm gonna try to fight the copywriting, but I've noticed there's an Angle Slam compilation.
Ooh.
There's no ankle lock compilation.
Ah, like that.
And I have plenty of angle matches where I think I have the greatest ankle lock counter in history. But stay tuned.
All right, brother. As always, we're gonna check in definitely, especially when we're coming up with the draft is coming. I want to see what your thoughts about what's gonna happen with that, and where people are gonna be moved and what's gonna happen, and much more. And much love, baby. Love you, boy.
Love you too, fam.
Holla at y'all. And much, guys. Got much to talk about here in the segment. See you guys in a sec.
What up, world? It's the heel with the opinion made of steel, Wrestling Ream. And you now tuned in to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Back at it again. Look who back at it again. Running shit up like a marathon man. Niggas be talking about guns that they bustin', but really spray nothing like Arizona.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, actually, April 11th was National Poutine Day. I must say, and we did celebrate that.
Turn up a little bit.
Yeah, we pretty much did enjoy some of the fabulousness. As a matter of fact, shout out to the Seneca. That Sunday was just me and brother AJ watching Mania, and we were the only ones like from the core that was there. But everybody else started pulling up that were casual fans.
Yeah.
And was getting into the shit. You know, there was a little kid in the booth behind us.
I was wondering how it was looking in there.
Am I in the shot?
Oh yeah, you in the shot. You in the shot.
Let's go.
Yeah, you in there, boy.
But so the Seneca was lit on a Sunday after.
Yeah, just us. It was just us chilling, getting hype. But as you guys know, the third announcers table in the building. Our boy Mark Bays and of course Wrestling Reem, straight out of Philly, Mr. Loose's voice. Got it back just in time because. Seems as though that there might be, well, there is some debt to pay for this. But before we get into that, Mark, let's
take it away.
Let's take it away.
I go by the name Mark Baze. That's MARC-BAZE, aka Marco 713, aka Marco 316, aka Marco 718, aka Marco 2024, aka Marco Mamba.
Oh, okay. I see what we're doing
here. You forgot one. Marco Deadman. Marco Phenom. For those of you listening,
Marco Booger Red.
I go by the name of Wrestling Reem. You know, you got to drop the W because apparently, devastated, y'all. I ain't even got no intro. You know, I'm here. You know, I wasn't gonna run from the depths that I gotta pay. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I am extremely heated. This recording, I have very strong opinions, and I have a declaration. I am the heel with the opinion made of steel, but today it's standing on business. I'm making sure
today he's the face who's lost faith.
Nah. I ain't lose faith. Let's get into it. I'm ready. Let's get into it.
And of course, I'm Mr. Ear to the Mat, the King of Talk Style, as always, the Cheap Thrill and the Red Reddington of Wrestling, Jay the Red Santa. You guys already know that shit. So, what is it that what was supposed to happen at Mania?
Oh, we gonna get it. We gonna drag. You know how Reem like to slow burn it.
Oh, okay.
You know, we gonna drag. I'm Wrestling Reem today.
we're gonna drag it out today.
Okay.
Yo.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I even got a concoction poured up.
Oh, I got the concoction
in a discreet bottle.
Nice.
I am Wrestling Reem today.
Okay.
All right. So in the spirit, in the flesh. So I think, Red, you know how they did that John Cena prank call?
Yes.
Where the John Cena music was just...
It kept running.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's just have Cody Rhodes music queued up on both turntables. Take the extra vinyl back to the van. Take the extra vinyl back to the van.
Okay.
Both turntables. We could change the BPM if we want a variation.
Okay.
We could change the BPM.
Okay. We can do that. Okay.
We could go to 180. We could go to 99.
Okay. We can do that.
But I just need this queued up. I need it. The same way you want a Stone Cold's Glass, we just gonna cue this.
Yo.
Randomly.
I swear.
Okay.
This is like, the way Mania ended, I swear, bro, like, you could not have, if you wanted to, like, bro, I wish I would have saw my face the minute I saw all the shenanigans. Like, I knew John Cena was coming out, but hearing Undertaker come out and then hearing the 3 on the 1-2, I was just,
hearing the 3
I swear.
On the 1-2.
Shouts out to Bree because she was there. Thank God she didn't record me. I was standing up, jacket off. It's like 14 degrees in the stadium. I'm like, yo, kick out. Kick out. Kick out. Yo, he didn't kick out. I immediately just sat down.
He almost sound like he just like when that moment when you knew that your best friend.
It was Lil Reem. Kick out.
I sat down and we waited
It's like
there
when
for about like
your pet is just dying and it's like, oh my God, please, come on, breathe one more time, man. Just breathe one more time.
You know when people try to console you and they rub your back? Yeah. I never understood what that does, but I just felt my back being rubbed. I'm just there like...
Yo, let's get into the entrance music mood of the week. And like I said, it's on Tune Turntables. We are calling this, well, I believe Reem will call this the Republican National Anthem.
Oh my God.
But today, he'll be singing it. Entrance music mood of the week. Adrenaline in my soul. No. Something Cody Rhodes.
So do you think we should lead in with the song itself, and then I'll play the instrumental so then he could go into it on his own, or is that just the mood of the week?
Night one, WrestleMania started hot. It did, right? Night one?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's just start hot. Let's get the instrumental.
Y'all are disgusting.
Let's get the instrumental.
Y'all are disgusting.
Let's get the instrumental. All right, so you know what? Let's just go with it. You ready?
You need the
you want to lead him. You want to lead him in with the wrestling has one more than.
Oh yeah,
one
I'll
more.
do that. I'll do that. I'll do that for you.
Okay.
You got the lyrics pulled up?
I have the lyrics pulled up.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
Cue it.
Hold on,
Bruce.
I'm not singing the whole song. I'm not singing the whole song.
We could all just do a wall 2. The way that they do before they go to commercial.
Wait, we get at least get to the part. We give it all away to get it all. That part.
Yeah.
Ready?
For sure.
Okay.
Bruce Levesque.
Wow.
Cue my music. Hold on. Wait. Doom. Wrestling has more than one royal family. Yes! It's the truth.
This is disgusting.
I'll be your pyro.
I'm actually turning up his mic and lowering the music so we can hear him clearly.
Adrenaline in the soul. Every fight out of control. Do it all and get them on their feet. Crowd is here. About to blow. Waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up, I'm home.
Whoa!
My father said.
What'd he say?
When I was younger.
I was young, Lil Reem.
Better man. You took it all away, I gave it all away.
Why?
Can't take my freedom.
Lil Reem.
Changed the game, I better made the pay.
Reem.
I built my kingdom, now you bow to take my dreams away. Oh, I don't know the words. That's all y'all get, man. Yo,
that was beautiful.
Mouthwash, Red? I need mouthwash. That was so disgusting.
It sounds so beautiful, don't you agree? It sounds so beautiful, don't you agree?
Yo.
Oh, man.
I'm a man of my word. Yo, this is not going to be the last bet. I guarantee you.
Oh,
Respect.
man.
Respect.
Good job, bro. Good job.
Yo, listen. I ain't even. You know what my interest music theme of the week is?
Cue it. Two turntables.
Okay.
Two turntables. Wrestling has more than one.
Y'all got it.
Can I get the lyrics?
I'm not saying. Yo, listen.
Come on, we rope you in.
Come on, together.
Ready?
Adrenaline in my soul. Every fight out of control. Do it all to get them off their feet.
All right,
Yo,
whoa!
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm fine with that being my interest music of the week because I really like singing the lyrics just now. It actually hit. Took it all away. You literally took it all away. Like y'all don't understand the devastation that I had inside Lincoln financial scene.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'll do mine. I'll do my interest, and it also goes off the piggyback for WrestleMania Night 1, and probably the best match of the night for me has to go with.
This is my brutality!
Okay. Yes.
I was hoping you played it for a third time.
Yo.
Yeah, for the curtain jerker to open the show, and to know that Becky was 102 fever, dealing with strep and all that, and the way that they tore it up, I have to say, like, big commitment to her. And Rhea right now,
smoking hot.
It's ridiculous on that level. It's crazy. But definitely shout out to them, and shout out to Rhea for that. But also, that being said,
you know what's going to upset me? This is probably going to be the most played episode we've done to this point, strictly because people are watching this for this reason. Y'all are nasty.
Adrenaline about
something Cody Rhodes.
Yo, I want to say shouts out to White Mike, Whole Milk Mike.
Oh man,
I swear to you, if there was anybody who was happy that Cody Rhodes won, it was strictly because he knew that Roman Reigns lost and how I felt about him. Yo.
There's a video that I put in there is the dude that was standing there after Cody won, and he just got the look in the face like, yeah, I thought that was Reem. I was like,
I'm telling you, like, I was standing up, I kept screaming kick out because he hit the three. What's that bum ass finishing move? Crossroads.
Oh wow.
only finishing move that's worse than that right now is the Rainmaker, but we'll get into that. Kick out! 3! Bro, I immediately sat down. It's like I lost the feelings in my legs. I just sat down.
Did you do like the whole slow burn that your finger was up and then you had to like bring it down slowly?
Nah. My finger was, I will say though, I was fortunate enough to be surrounded by a lot of Bloodline supporters.
Oh, okay.
But
you guys had a support group there?
There were, you know how much people wore Cody Rhodes' whole attire? Like
it was the most sold merchandise in Mania, bro. Like,
disgusting. Nauseating.
It was the most sold merchandise.
I couldn't believe it because the simple fact that I kept saying to myself, like, yo, it don't make sense. But I think we could segue this into our first topic.
Yeah.
The Raw and SmackDown after Mania.
Right. Hold on, let's cover Mania.
Wait. Before we do that,
let's cover Mania.
Mark, and then I want your thoughts about this because then you were there for night 2. Mm-hmm. But from night 1, when the Bloodline match was occurring, it didn't seem as though maybe they were freezing their ass off because it was cool as shit out there.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem like Cody was getting a big reception during that match. It seemed as though they were
booed.
Yeah, it seemed like there might have been more boos there. Then we fast forward to night 2 when this night happens, when this match happens.
He was getting booed on night 2.
What do you think was happening there? What was the transitioning happening?
He was in the ring with The Rock, and The Rock has killed this character. He's helped make WrestleMania feel as big as it felt this year. So I think the fans, as a community, wrestling fans were super appreciative of what we got this year. And The Rock catches a lot of flack for leaving and coming, but he dedicated a lot of time to this. And when the story was first developing, he caught a lot of hell and he was being booed. And it seemed like he was disgusted. You boo The Rock?
Right.
You boo The Rock? So I think he just tapped into a whole nother character where the applause were they were equally divided. Even for Seth, I think it was broken up for everybody to get their respect.
The applause were a sign of respect.
Yeah. So, and even the boos were a sign of respect. I feel like the same people who were cheering were also booing. It was like they were doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was an appreciation for pro wrestling.
So, Reem, when you go there on night 2, when you're there live, what was the reception that you heard for Cody as on that night?
Well,
even though you were in your support group,
I'll be honest. Legitimately, there were a lot more boos than I anticipated.
Okay.
And I kind of chalked that up to Philly being Philly. But when the match started, it just felt like it was like 80% Cody Rhodes fans throughout the entire arena.
Right.
Which is anticipated. You know, you expect the face to have the majority support.
And in Philly?
Philly, yeah. But the minute The Rock came out, you felt like the air being sucked out because you saw like there was people chanted for Cena,
right.
But once Cena got taken out the equation, they were chanting for Austin, and they didn't get Austin.
Okay, so
they got someone else. But
let's do a brief synopsis. Let's do a rundown for night one. So, like I mentioned earlier to kick off, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Your thoughts, Mark?
I think it was a great kickoff match. Like it started off hot. I was upset because the Seneca didn't have the freaking audio for the first 20 minutes, so I missed Coco Jones singing the national anthem. She looked beautiful, by the way, and I watched it back on playback. She sound beautiful. It looked cold as shit out there. Like it was gray as a motherfucker on that TV. Like I felt that shit. It was cold in the Seneca.
Yeah, like,
it was cold in there.
Nah,
you ain't want motherfuckers to open the door. Like,
yo, at all.
Shouts out to that back door in the Seneca, man.
But Rhea Becky match, I think it was a great way to start off WrestleMania. The two ladies did an amazing job. Shout out to Becky for thugging it out, the fever, all of that. Them going out there, kicking off the show in the freaking cold, and them putting on an amazing opening match.
Reem, that spot with the electric chair, and that they went out of the ring, and she fucking landed that shit and still had her up.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That was a match that I was like, I wasn't mad at either decision, whether Becky won or Rhea won. I was actually a little bit more surprised that Rhea won because I figured that, if you were ever going to end a lengthy reign, WrestleMania would have been the night. Shouts out to Rhea. She is proven to be a trusted and legitimate champion. Now the question is, who's going to be that next one up to beat her? Yeah. I don't know if Becky didn't do it, then who are you saying, Charlotte? But the match that they put on was a great match. I think this actually helps the profile of Becky because it's like her flu game for her.
Right. I heard people make that comparison as well. Yeah.
But overall, I was kind of jaded because I wanted that night. I wanted that match, either that one or the Jade, Bianca, Naomi match to be on night 2, so I could see that in person. But that was a good match.
Next up, we have the
before that.
Sorry.
Rhea's entrance was phenomenal. I'm not even into the heavy metal. I didn't really like her song like that. I've come around to it, and then I think Mania always takes the entrance and the music to another level. Like I start to appreciate it more. I didn't appreciate Bianca Belair's music until she performed with the band, and I didn't appreciate Rhea's music until maybe last year. She walks out, she starts singing her music, but it was cool to see.
Shit, I thought it was her singing when the fucking song
That's
came
what I'm
out.
saying.
I thought it was her.
Is that how that band typically
Yeah,
dress?
yeah, that's how they look.
Because dude looked like Rhea Ripley. I was like, what the hell?
Confused me.
But I love to see the women getting the same spotlight that the men are getting. I'm not looking at these like women's matches. I'm looking at them as just phenomenal matches. They're doing things that the guys are doing.
Do you think that if you had to book next year early, do you think that there are competitors out there who can main event or have that last slot, if you will, on the card right now? Because there was a little talk about Bayley. She should main event night 1, being that she's the Rumble winner. How do you feel about that?
I don't know yet. I don't know. If anything, it'll probably be Bianca, Rhea, something like that, like something to that magnitude. But I have to think on that and come back to it.
So just a heads up, opening up a show, being the curtain jerker is not a bad thing. It's actually one of the prestigious positions besides main eventing on the card, because you set the tempo, you set the pace of the show. So now you light up the night as the first match. Now you walk through that curtain and you tell everybody else, follow that. Yeah, beat that.
Yeah, that cash in.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get to that. So then we get the 6-man tag. the 6-man tag team match for the WWE Unified Tag Titles, which we found that they were able to split them.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know who already won them. By the way, that was my prediction. It was crazy that I actually fucking came true. Awesome Truth and fucking A-Town Down Under get the win there. But for the match itself, for me, the one who shined in that match was actually fucking R-Truth's old ass. Like, he was taking fucking bumps I didn't think he could still take.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked by that.
Yeah. I agree. Shout out to that ladder for holding together, because that ladder was bending like the motherfucker.
They actually said that when they we saw Damien switch it out.
Yeah.
They actually said like, yo, that shit was no good.
That shit was bending like the niggas at Six Flags. You know that shit was standing on his last leg. I'm like, yo, somebody gonna die up there. And you know, there were multiple wrestlers getting on that ladder who didn't see that the ladder was breaking after one of them may have taken a spot. And they would keep climbing on that. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm praying. I'm praying.
Somebody actually said was that ladder made of foam? Like the way that it was.
Way that it was bending. I was like, damn, what the hell? But I do agree with you. I think R-Truth did shine in that match. One thing this WrestleMania taught me was patience for several reasons. And I love Austin Theory. I'm also starting to like Grayson Waller a lot. I think that the ceiling for them is very high. We were confused as to what they were doing, whether they just putting them together because they, need a little bit of TV time, and it's like, what are they doing with them? So to see them come out of WrestleMania and win the tag team champions, is Austin Theory undefeated at WrestleMania now?
He
I
definitely
believe
has
so.
two. I think he won last year.
I think he's 3-0. I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Austin Theory walking out of WrestleMania with a championship. Awesome Truth. I don't know how long the title reign is gonna last. This was clearly for that moment. I don't know how much they can do with Truth and Miz before it gets too corny and they start using the New Day formula and shit like that. So,
shouts out to my boy Austin Theory. I am an Austin Theory supporter. I didn't see him winning the tag titles. I probably would have gave the tag title to someone else outside of them. I would have loved to see Judgment Day hold on to it just for aesthetic reasons. You got 2 world heavyweight champions now in the faction. Y'all know me. I'm not an R-Truth hater. I'm an R-Truth questioner. I question every time he's on my screen. I question his antics. I question a lot of things. But I do feel like as such a dedicated worker who's put the time in, for him to never have a WrestleMania match, let alone a moment, I think for him, that was something special for him that, looking in hindsight, he was the most over guy. People were chanting his name. Like, I think for him, it meant something to him. So give him that. But like you said, I don't see him past SummerSlam holding on to them titles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so next up, turn your ass down. Next up on the card, this was probably the match that I was like, maybe, just maybe, this would have been a bathroom break match. We had LWO versus Legado de Fantasma. I think I actually went to the bar and got something to drink during this match, but I ended up watching it later on, and I was like, "Oh shit, it wasn't that bad."
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I mean, it was a great match. They are phenomenal wrestlers, right? They do a lot of high spots, so you know what you're gonna get with that match. I saw a meme that said Rey Mysterio putting over 2 younger talent, and it was the visual of Paul Heyman's speech and him saying, "You could suck my dick,"
which, by the way, fucking phenomenal,
phenomenal speech,
greatest speech ever.
Yeah, for a fact. That nigga is so New York. He told motherfuckers suck his dick on national TV on the biggest sporting event in history,
and bigged up his boy Brock Lesnar. Shouts out to that.
Yeah, a real one. And I'm not, I'm gonna stay away from that, but
loyalty. I love seeing loyalty.
Exactly, but yeah, I don't really have much to say about this match besides Rey Mysterio really won't let his son win. I guess that's a great example of parenting.
I think that honestly speaking, I thought that match ended on some bullshit. Like, you had, like, the correlation with having Jason Kelsey there, randomly running into the match that wasn't no disqualification match. They should have been DQ'd, by the way.
The referee didn't see it.
You ain't. That's why I call it bullshit, bro. Like, to me, I felt like, you know, what this tells me is that Rey Mysterio still has legs in his system, that they trying to solidify him as a competitor, so to speak. But I would have loved to see Dom catch the pin on his father on WrestleMania night. That way they could, I pinned you, whatever. But Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson, I think that's the other dude's name. Bro, it made zero sense. You could have saved that for the Bobby Lashley match.
Yeah.
Cause that there's no rules in that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand. I don't want to jump the gun, but that would have made more sense booking wise versus having them randomly run into a luchador match. Like, come on, bro. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, Jason Kelsey been wearing the luchador mask and all this other stuff.
I saw that.
It's the marketing team and whoever the production team did a great job. And when you're working with big corporations, when you're utilizing their space, their facility, they have to get something out of it as well. So there's creative going on outside of WWE. There's creative on the other side of that business. That's like, how do we intertwine this into what's happening here? How do we make our stuff shine while this is happening here? So just randomly finding a spot for them to place them. Okay, he got the luchador mask. Let's put him with the luchadors and I guess pay respect to this. It's a way for them. It's a way for business to work out in a beautiful manner where it didn't mean much and they were just trying to get more people on TV. This is the biggest WrestleMania, quote unquote, ever. And the roster is completely full. And
were you satisfied with that finish?
I didn't really care about it because this match meant nothing. So it was
That's not true.
It was
it was like, it's, bro, think about it like this. It's like Jordan holding a open session and you got LeBron, you got KD, you got Steph, you got all the next generation guys coming up. Bro, all those people in the match outside of Rey Mysterio were dubbed at some point the future of luchador wrestling.
They still are. But this match meant nothing. You want to know why? Because the actual story for this match, first of all, we thought we were getting LWO versus Legado del Fantasma, right? We thought we were getting that. And then a week before, insert Dominic Mysterio, insert Rey Mysterio. Now we
insert Andrade.
Insert Andrade a week before. So there was no major build for this story to really get me invested. And we've been put the LWO in the bathroom break faction. So this is what this match was for. They heard us and they knew, you know, people are running late. We always running late. This is society in 2024. We're running late. So people probably just piling into the stands. They get their seats. They understand where they sitting. Time to run out and go get drunk for the night and come back into this shit. And that's why this match was placed where it was.
I think
no significance.
I think you had an opportunity to showcase legacy and future at the same time. And it was jaded because you wanted to pander to investors.
Us talking about this match in depth is giving it more significance than it got on the day of WrestleMania.
Because what you really want to talk about is going to be the next match, which is Jimmy and Jay's match.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I got a sense of it. I thought I was the only one in the room that was feeling this, but then after what I was feeling from everybody else in that room and then from the rest of the IWC, I was not happy with this match.
This was really the bathroom break.
Yeah.
This was the confirmation. This was like, okay, I know y'all all didn't make it to the bathroom, so we got more people in the bathroom. Listen, I've been shout out to my lady for getting me them Raw Before Mania tickets, a sold out Brooklyn. I was on the floor, literally got like right there, able to smack hands with Sami Zayn, like literally right there when he runs over to the side.
Nice.
Yeah. We were literally right there. So great night in Brooklyn. But I'm saying this to say I've been in arenas for the last 3 months consistently, nonstop. So I understand arena etiquette. This is what that was. This was like a DJ set going on longer than usual because the artist isn't here yet. And the Jimmy and Jay Uso match was the confirmation. Go to the bathroom, niggas. This shit is about to go. This shit about to go up.
I disagree with you. I felt like In hindsight, they did the Usos dirty. They didn't give them enough story time to build the story. I've been saying this for weeks. I'm like, yo, what is Jimmy doing to make this feel like a legitimate match? They're making Jay look like the next guy up in as far as like main eventers, but they're not really giving Jimmy the same look to say like, well, he can possibly pull off the upset.
Yeah, you'll find out what happened later on. There's the reason why.
We're going to get into that.
But even
well,
still,
hold on, wait. I got to say this. Watching that match, bro, I felt like I was cheated because they didn't pull off no real technical stuff. Mm-hmm. It was just a super kick galore.
Very AEW. It was very AEW.
I don't know if y'all y'all fuck with Meltzer, Dave Meltzer, and the rating systems. I'm pretty sure Red know what I'm talking about with the rating systems.
Oh, I know Meltzer very well.
He gave it 3/4 of a star.
Out of what?
5.
So saying that was
3/4.
3/4 of a star out of 5.
Which is bullshit because he's such an AEW mark. That should have been right up his fucking alley, that match. That's the shit that pisses me off. I'll tell you this though. The video package for that match was better than the match.
Yes,
it was. The video package.
So hearing you say it was a bathroom break, it kind of like, I think we were shortchanged with that match.
I don't think so. I think this proved why they were a tag team for so long.
Stop it.
No disrespect. Like I would love to see them go off and do singles careers, but the way that they wrestled that match, it was like they gave us the expectation for their wrestling abilities.
It was a speed match on X.
No, as a tag team, it works, right? As a tag team, it works. But them individually fighting each other, I don't think it was the right wrestling styles matched up with each other. It felt like them niggas didn't wrestle growing up together. Like,
so I'll give this to you. All right, the match before that was, which was the 6-man tag. The match length for that was 11 minutes 5 seconds. For the Jimmy and Jay match, Mark, did it go over?
Wait. The
under?
6-man tag, which is
that was the LWO versus the God of that 5-man. Did Jimmy and Jay match go over or under that same time?
I think it went over.
I think it went under.
You think it went under? It was actually the same fucking time.
Wow.
Exactly. You would think a match like that would get a little bit more
20 minutes.
Something.
20 minutes.
Same time.
But you have so much history and so much even if you don't want to tap into their outside of the ring history, bro, for the last however many years, there was no table spot. You know, it felt like they were mimicking other move sets instead of there was no uniqueness to the match.
What is their move set? This is their move set. I don't even see them niggas lock up.
That's why
I don't even see them niggas lock up.
They can wrestle.
I don't see a nigga drop down to a knee, go behind him, get him in a German suplex position, headlock. I don't see none of the fancy technical shit that you're looking for. And that's not in their repertoire. They are a tag team. They are twins. They are tag teams. Now, then, now, forever together. They're a tag team.
Bro,
that's their ceiling. That's it.
Pure bullshit.
Next up, we get Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi versus Damage Control. We have our debut of Jade Cargill in WrestleMania. That's in the books, guys. That's in the third announcer's books.
The dictionary. Let me tell you one thing. Those are some beautiful black women up there.
Oh, no argument here.
Beautiful. Jade got to WWE and she looked like auntie. My respect is like up here for Jade. Jade is like, yo, you know, I'll talk to you on the street in AEW.
Yeah.
Jade in WWE is like, ma'am, can I get the door for you? You feel me? That's Jade up there. Like, WWE has Jade Cargill looking phenomenal.
Yep.
It's a
out of my mouth.
difference with her in WWE. The match itself, I threw the Kabuki Warriors and Damage Control, except for Dakota Kai, in the bathroom break, in the stalls. I threw them in there. I don't like the way they punch. I don't like the way they hit. I don't like the way that they run down to the fucking ring. Oh, I got it out for Io Sky too. All that random ass yelling she was doing. But nothing much to say about this. I do feel like the black woman, them. I feel like they were getting a lot.
Jade is Jamaican too, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like they were getting a lot of attention from the media, right? And rightfully so. I did feel a little bad for Damage Control because it was like, oh, and 3 black women, and they are in the ring with
2 Asian, and
1 Pacific Islander.
Yeah,
New Zealand.
But it's not even about
that, yeah.
it's not even about the nationality. They're in the ring with 3 other women who are responsible for pretty much holding down the women's division over the last year as well, before Jade entered the picture. No matter what you like,
right.
what you feel about them, they're on this WrestleMania card for a reason. They played into a significant storyline.
They're champions for a reason.
No, they're not, because nobody's a tag team women's champ for a reason. Until my prediction of where we going with this and how we're going to revitalize the women's division. But I hold that, right? They were involved in a significant storyline that got us invested into this Bayley character. So I do want to shed light on Damage Control, and they were on the WrestleMania card. There's not much to say about this match.
Yeah.
Twice. There's not much to say about this match. I love to see the ladies come out there. I love to see them, on the WrestleMania card. And Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair,
Naomi,
and your girl Naomi.
Yes. So
they look phenomenal.
I'll say this, right? WWE has so many lightning bolts in a bottle, and one of them is Jade Cargill. Now, what they're gonna do is position Jade to look like this unstoppable force. Like, for me, the match that she put on in WrestleMania protected her in a sense of she's not like she may not be as technically sound as a Bayley or a Charlotte Flair. But when people watch her and people tune into her and people see her come into the ring, they pay attention. Shouts out to Triple H. He's done a tremendous job of putting her in a position to look like her physique matches how she's being presented, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
For me, I saw the match and I said to myself, well, it could have went on a little longer because the Kabuki Warriors are technically sound enough to put over whoever they're going up against. Dakota Kai as well. I felt like, to me,
didn't they say Asuka fractured her leg or some shit like that? I thought
she was.
I think she does. She's
her
working
ankle.
on an ankle injury.
Yes, it was an ankle.
Yeah.
But for me, I felt like if there was any of a time to showcase women's wrestling, it would have been that match. And to me, I think it was just more of an appeal versus an actual match that took place.
Well, at the same time, you got to take in consideration that she's still, when I'm speaking of Jade, she's still getting used to the WWE formula of how they wrestle.
That is true.
So this is why they're pairing her up now, because they got to get her into that flow of that kind of pacing, because you got to think about it. You just left the little leagues and now you're playing in the majors.
But that's why I said, like, you could have showcased a little bit more of Bianca doing her thing.
Yeah.
You could have showcased Naomi doing her thing, and then kind of have Jade, not saying that she is this, but you could have had Jade play the role of
Enforcer.
No, I forgot his name. His name
Big
is
Boss
skipping me.
Man.
No. Roar.
Braun Strowman.
Goldberg?
There we go.
Oh,
Braun
like
Strowman.
Goldberg?
No. Could have played the role of Braun Strowman where he looks good in
Nigga said
spots.
Raw.
I was gonna say train, but that I think, to me, that's gonna be her role for at least another month or so.
Another year.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be longer than that.
Nah,
Yeah, it's gonna be longer than that.
we got into this. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not.
And I also have to say, shout out to Naomi. When she left and was in TNA, she sharpened up her fucking skill set, because she came back. She's a lot cleaner. She's a lot more. She runs the ropes better now. She looks a lot better. I have to give her kudos.
Which is
for that
why
too.
I say that. All right, if you're saying Dakota is coming back from an injury, you cancel her out with Jade not being as WWE ready. You still have two on each side that can put on a show.
Right.
And I felt like that was my only takeaway from that match, where I felt like, oh, okay, like they're showcasing, they're not really getting it in. You know what I mean? So.
This match also had no significant story, so it was like,
Yeah.
these were the matches where you're part of the locker room. It's WrestleMania. Get on in with the celebration. Get on the card. Let's put you out there. Get some TV time. Get you a nice outfit. Get you a nice entrance, and contribute to the allure and presentation
Over the
of
tag
WrestleMania.
champs.
We didn't even have a tag team champion match, so this was a 3-women tag team match. If it's WrestleMania and you want to say over the tag champs, why didn't they defend on WrestleMania?
I think it was for what you just mentioned. They wanted to just show.
It was a showcase.
Yeah, it was a showcase, pretty much.
Next up for the Intercontinental Championship, we have Gunther versus Sami Zayn.
Phenomenal match.
My only drawback from this match was literally Red's fault. Jay,
Why? What'd I do?
your bingo card had me rooting for a rope break, and the whole time I swear to you, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna see a Boston Crab from Gunther. He didn't even pull that off. I was happy that Sami Zayn pulled it off, but I swear to you, the whole time I'm like, yo, when is he gonna? And
That's
it
all
never
you
happened.
You just needed that rope
I
break?
needed the rope break and Solo's interference, and that never happened. Shouts out to the winners, no shade. But as a fan watching the match, that was like my biggest concern. Like, yo, where's the rope break? But I will say this:
The bingo card took away from really experiencing the match.
Yes. I like Gunther being freed up now from the IC picture, because you definitely know he's a main eventer. But I'm a little confused as to where they view Sammy. Even though he did win and he beat a champion that was legitimate, I thought Sammy was going to compete for the WHC. But seeing him win this is kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
It was a great match, classic match. Shouts out to Sammy, profiling. It was a match that built his profile as saying like he's a legitimate wrestler. But that's my honest take.
I think it was a beautiful match. Gunther talking to that man's wife, getting us all invested. Like, the Seneca was so loud at this point. It was a great match. My girl was sitting there with me, and she was like, "Stop talking to his wife. Stop talking to his wife. You leave the women out of it. You leave the women out of it." Yo. So to see that emotion coming out of a casual fan, it's like, damn. I'm glad that I get to sit here and be cool, because that's what I'm feeling.
Exactly.
And I'm not that fan. I watch wrestling, I enjoy it. I get my I get my energy up on the inside, pause. And
No Diddy.
It was a great match. Great to see Sammy get his moment. And once again, this WrestleMania has been teaching me patience, because what Triple H has been doing, the long-term booking, it's been working. When they do these recaps before the matches at WrestleMania, you see the significance of every seed that's been planted throughout the year, right? And it's always been like that for wrestling, but I think sometimes it used to fall in place by accident.
One quick question.
Now,
do you think it would have hit the same if Chad Gable would have won?
you could plug and play either one of them. It's just the story really is who's going to defeat Gunther for the champion. Whoever defeats him is going to get that pop, unless it was somebody like like a Miz, who just, all right, we need to get the title.
Put some
off
respect on the Miz. He would have broke the record for the most title reigns as IC champion. Put some respect on the Miz, please.
I think right now it's like people are too worried about what was going to be the outcome of the match. I'm looking at what's going to be the future of the title, because now it opens up the floor for such a competitive mid card. You get like I said, you get Sam, you get Chad, you got Jay. If he's, you get to that mix, you get Dominic, you get Ricochet. Mm-hmm. Now that whole mid card is open for it. So it's actually a good run from here out in the future. And lastly, we get to close it out on night one with the Bloodline versus Cody and Seth, which ran for 44 and 35 seconds, 44, and the majority of it was entrances. That shit. And just quickly, That advertisement during the whole match was fucking annoying. It was so distracting. That American Home Shield. It was
around the barricade? Yeah,
bright.
very loud.
It was very distracting. But your takes.
We see the direction that WWE is going in. It's like taking the direction of actual sport juggernauts, where you have, the ads around the court and
UFC
the field.
does it, right?
UFC does it. The NBA does it. Like that's what it looked like. It reminded me of the NBA.
The Prime logo in the middle of the ring wasn't distracting because they did it exactly the way it wasn't colorful. It was just in black outline. Good.
Yeah.
Easy.
I still think it should have been Slim Jim that got that, but.
Well, once again, Slim Jim pulled out when shit got rough. So when we talking about loyalty,
came running back in.
Logan Paul is literally here as a full-time wrestler. He is officially a full-time wrestler. He's not a part-timer.
Yeah.
Let's get this shit going. The Bloodline match with Cody and Seth, I was surprised that it went to 45 minutes. I was surprised that it went entrances included and all, because the entrances were amazing. The Rock entrance, walking through the fire. Literally, it was fire. I have a bone to pick with The Rock.
Mama Rhodes!
Man. I just have to take a moment of silence for that, because like the Mama Rhodes shit is so legendary. It's Mama Rhodes. But I have a bone to pick with The Rock. This motherfucker is really walking around here with a championship belt. As if he won it because Muhammad Ali gave him the blessing to use the moniker, the People's Champ.
The belt's fire.
30 years ago. The belt is fire.
I expect Red to have it in 3 months.
The belt is fire.
Amazon sells a toy. I'll get it.
The belt is fire. Him walking to the ring with it as if he won it from somebody just so that the bloodline could look more aesthetically pleasing. Obviously, you care about the aesthetic of a belt, so anybody could go out there and buy a fucking belt and walk out there even if they ain't champion. This nigga is not champion. He walked out to the ring with a Lifetime Achievement Award. They gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award.
You're going to be mad when he defended in the match.
And he's walking to the ring with the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy.
Stop it.
Is what he's walking out to the ring with, flaunting it as if he won it just for the aesthetic. The belt is fire. It looks fire. But to flaunt, it's a real championship belt as if he won it from somebody.
He ain't losing to nobody.
Now, the only way to solidify this belt is if we actually put it into contention and start a People's Champion division. That's the only way.
Here's what I will say about that match. Contrary to popular belief, I'm an honorary Oos. Like I told you before the match even started, I said I anticipate Cody Rhodes winning this match. Why? Because I felt like there was no way in hell they were going to have Cody Rhodes lose 2 nights in a row. So when I saw him win, yes, I was happy. I got to rub it in everybody's noses at the Seneca. I was the only person besides Sean. Shout out to Sean. And there was one other person. Forgive me if I can't remember your name. But in my core, I was just like, damn, Cody might do it night 2. Because he lost night 1. So, I for me, it was that match did everything it needed to do.
Yeah.
From the nostalgia perspective of providing the opportunity to showcase The Rock, you had Rollins and Roman going up against each other for however much they did. Like it told a story that to me made sense for it to be the main event of that night.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was that long until it got pointed out statistically. Overall though, it was great seeing, that match play out how it did. I felt like there could have been a lot more done. There was a spot that, it's interesting to me though, like when The Rock tells the referee, don't count out or your ass is fired. To me, I think that that transformed the match into a no DQ match.
Right.
Which kind of threw me off, but it made sense, I guess. But overall, I think that from a historical perspective, that match hit all cylinders. And that's a match that will probably be replayed over and over again for years to come.
Yeah.
Shout out
to The Rock for, obviously he took a 21-minute break in the middle of the match. But still, to be in a match for that long, that man was bumping, selling.
Took a spear.
He is giving like the best effort that you can possibly give. It's almost like he's back in his prime. And I think this WrestleMania run, low key, we talk about the GOAT, and a lot of times I see people put Stone Cold above The Rock because he didn't go to Hollywood. I see people put Shawn Michaels above The Rock. I see people put Ric Flair up there. I think The Rock in this run has turned in. Yeah, he restructured the conversation, and he might be the Jay-Z of wrestling. He solidified it with him giving this effort. He could have really half-assed this shit.
I'm surprised you said that, being the Undertaker fan.
Listen, I am the voice of reason.
Yes, you are.
And I'm not going to shit on The Rock, even though I felt the way about him inserting himself into the main event initially. However, this run right here solidified him as a GOAT. The way he got fans invested.
Of course.
There's so many people who are at WrestleMania. And yes, obviously, it's trendy to be a wrestling fan right now. You could get nice T-shirts and it's a conversation starter. You could get T-shirts that everybody won't understand, right? But the way that he got people,
T-shirt on,
bro, he got Meek Mill out there crying, "Get up,
yeah, I saw that video.
Get up, Rod, get up." Meek Mill is out here. Get up.
I'm surprised he didn't perform, but glad.
So going into night 2, Reem was in the building, and I want your thoughts on this while I do that because I have to take something quick. Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. That whole match in a whole, to be there for it, because I know everything else was, when you get to the main event, is everything, but for that and what occurred during and after that match, what was like the feel going on at that time?
So,
can I ask this question before? Did you get there on time?
I did.
Okay.
I was in the building at least by 6:30.
Okay. All right.
So here's what I will say, right? CM Punk, I don't know if it was, I didn't rewatch night 2, but CM Punk came out around like 6:55-ish.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know if it was televised, but when he came out, loud pop.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It was on the pre-show.
So from there, it was kind of like, all right, the crowd is ready. I'm not gonna lie. The match that Rollins and McIntyre had under-delivered from a technical standpoint, but I do get that they were trying to showcase that, all right, Rollins is hurt. He's not going to be 100%. Felt like they could have did a little bit more. Drew did get his flowers from the crowd. There was a Drew chant. Everybody was chanting.
Was there "You Deserve a" chant? I think there was a. I think he may have gotten.
I started it twice. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was rooting for Drew the whole entire match, even though I'm a Seth Rollins guy. When CM Punk attacked him, the whole mood changed. Like, it was like people were just like, "Oh shit, what is happening?" Because obviously you saw him getting attacked, whatever. But when Damian Priest music hit, it was like, oh shit. I swear to you, bro, it was like a mixed reaction that, like, most mixed reactions don't make sense, but this one made sense because it was just like, damn, we were just rooting for Drew.
Yeah.
Now we really want to see Damian Priest pull it off. When Damian won, I swear all you heard was holy shit, because it literally like took away from Drew,
yeah,
and put the focus on Damian Priest, which to me, I remember saying to Bree, I was like, shouts out to my shorty. I remember saying to her, like, yo, did that just really fucking happen? And all she kept saying was, you see the pride of a man. He should have just went back to the locker room. He would have had his day. But no. And the whole time I'm just like, yeah, but what the fuck? I feel bad for Drew. Like, I walked away feeling like, yo, I'm hyped because I fuck with Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
But that crowd, like, to me, that crowd saluted Damian Priest the same way that they saluted Drew McIntyre. Yeah. And CM Punk walked away as a legitimate babyface because he solidified that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, shouts out to that match. My last thought. I don't know what the ceiling is for Damian Priest as a world heavyweight champion is, but for that moment, I would put that number 2 behind Dolph Ziggler's cash-in. No, sorry, number 3. Because number 1 was Dolph Ziggler's cash-in.
Number 2 is Seth.
No, matter of fact, number 4. Dolph Ziggler's cash-in. I got a tie for Edge's cash-in.
Because that was the first official one.
Yes, and then Seth Rollins is there, and then you put... I like Big E's cash-in, too. We might have to revisit that on another episode.
Yeah.
But overall, the crowd was fucking with it. They supported Damian Priest, and to me, I think that was the perfect way to segue into the new era, if you will.
Yeah. For that match, I thought it was very interesting. I just feel like WWE was clicking on so many levels because you're right. Drew did get his flowers.
He did.
And it was enough time. 6 minutes was enough time for him to get flowers. 5 minutes was enough time for him to get flowers.
Crazy.
And receive it and feel it and be emotional. Like, I genuinely think he got his WrestleMania moment. I feel like he got it. With that time that they let breathe for him to celebrate, and then Damian Priest come out. Everybody who was there, even Seth, got their appreciation from the fans. Yeah, I was watching it in the crib. The KRKs was on full blast, so that sound was... Nigga, I was in the arena with y'all, and this is one thing that I have to watch my wrestling with the sound. If it's a WrestleMania, I have to hear it with the sound. I have to hear the commentators. I don't know how I'll ever be able to do a WrestleMania because I need the full televised production experience.
You'll be able to do it because the crowd.
No, I also know that like being around other wrestling fans is a different feeling,
bro.
Right? So
not to cut you off, but there was a moment where I don't know if it got caught on TV, but they were chanting very loudly, "Turn the light off."
Yeah, and then they turned it off, and then because it was once it got dark.
Yo, I'm telling you,
it was glaring in your eyes.
I didn't get hit with the light, but I heard the sections and I saw the sections.
Yeah,
and it was legitimate. Like it was just literally just beaming on you.
Right.
That alone provides an extraness to the event, and I'm telling you, you go to any of the Big Four. The only Big Four that I'm missing is the Rumble. I would love to go to the Rumble next year, depending on where it is. I didn't go to St. Louis because whatever, but I would. That's the only Big Four that I'm missing. If you count Money in the Bank, that's the Big Five. But
yeah. I think it was a great match. Obviously, Seth Rollins was injured. Came back from an MCL injury and back injury. So this time off is well deserved for Seth Rollins. I'm interested to see how he reinvents himself. I'm confident in what's to come. Hopefully he doesn't come back with the same shtick. Maybe he can. I look forward to Seth Rollins' entrances.
I want to see him and Becky do like Edge and Lita type shit.
That can be a little nauseating for me because it can feel forced. And if it doesn't feel natural, I think it works better with heels. A lot of things work better.
He can come back as a heel. He's definitely going to come back as a heel because he's definitely going to screw over Cody. Your mic not.
It's either that or it's him against Roman.
Could be that.
Could be that too.
Could be that, yeah.
Or
remember the draft is coming up
or they
soon,
throw him into the Drew Punk situation too.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, first of all, shout out to all the assholes in Philly. You guys are annoying. I swear to you. Y'all guys was so bad during the Hall of Fame. It was nauseating. It's just so God, the disrespect is just dreadful.
Disrespect to who?
It went after Heyman. They didn't give a fuck. They talked to everybody.
It was so much talking. I was like,
it talked over
how do I hear
everybody.
that from this side of the TV?
Yeah, it was just fucking rude. And if they keep doing that shit, they're gonna end up taking it away from the fans. They're gonna end up doing that shit anymore. They're just gonna probably just keep it to the talent.
Was it a bad idea to have Heyman go first?
I was gonna ask that.
No, because they know Paul would have been long-winded as he was, and which was a great speech anyway. But then it wasn't just too long, and people would have just been zoned out and tired of it anyway. But it was great. It was better to just.
How do you feel about Mania being in potentially Minnesota next year?
It's in a dome, so that you don't have to worry about being cold. That's it. And that what they're seeing with the fans as well. I mean, I never seen fan base turn so quickly, especially with a cash in. And, you know, I ain't hear motherfuckers say anything about Damian Priest for the longest time. As soon as he cashes in, now he's a bisexual fucking Undertaker. He's a jobber. He's all this shit. And I'm like, guys, you guys really don't understand like what's the science and the reasoning for wrestling. And when you get a title, it's a representation of your hard work, what you put in, the draw, what you can be able to do with it, what can be possible, what eyes you're going to put to it now. He was at the Yankee game the next fucking day.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Judge.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, he's probably going to be the fucking godfather of the Puerto Rican Day Parade and shit. Like it's going to be, that's what you know, you got a guy who started in wrestling. He was almost 300 something pounds or more. He was 300 something pounds. Punishment Martinez. He cut the weight. He put the work in, and the higher ups there, they acknowledge that. They see that. And a lot of that time, it happens with all of them, with all of these guys.
He's from New York?
Yeah, he's a New York guy. He's from the Bronx. Mm-hmm. You know? And
Red is definitely showing his Puerto Rican side right now.
But you know what? Yes, I am. but no, at the same time, which by the way, if before we do that, let's just say the majority of the people who walked out champs and were winners that night were Latinos. Okay, let's just run it down quick. We got Damian Priest, right?
Cody Rhodes,
who's half Cuban.
Get the fuck, yo.
He's Cuban. He's Cuban.
Stop it.
You got Bailey. You got Bailey.
I'll give you Bailey.
You got Bailey, right?
I'll give you Bailey.
You got Rhea Ripley.
What?
She's mommy.
Get the fuck out of here.
And you got Sami Zayn.
He's
El Generico in Ring of Honor. So
no. You tried it. Yo.
All right, 3 out of 5 ain't bad. 3 out of 5 ain't bad. 3 out of 5 ain't bad.
El Generico is
3 out of 5 ain't bad. No, but seriously, but it's not that. I never seen such a quick backlash for anything. Oh, he's a jobber. Come on, guys. You guys are fucking
You know what's
ridiculous.
crazy? The internet fans say shit for shock value. I don't think they actually believe that. Because if you see the genuine response, I didn't get that response.
Right.
I think they were happy for Damian.
Yeah, I think most people were happy for Damian Priest. I think niggas just need to get they jokes off. I'm not a fan of the extensions and the eyeliner, but I understand how the Boricuas and Dominicanos
I will say,
but it's also the gimmick. He's also
but they're expressive. I know some Puerto Rican straight men with extensions in their hair. I know that for sure.
The stadium reaction was the same when Drew won, on the standpoint of obviously he's presented as a heel, but you're happy for either a new face or someone who legit deserves it, because he did get the "you deserve it" chant.
Yeah, I would have loved to have heard it, because like the biggest pop I've ever heard in my life was when Dolph crashed in. When I was there for that shit.
I would love to. We got to put a little note.
Yeah,
we got to.
What was the best cash-ins?
Yes. Damn, that should have been our
best
March Madness tournament breakdown.
All right. So leading into the next match, we had the street fight between the Pride and the Final Testament, which you guys could go through like quick.
I
definitely went to the bathroom on this match, but you were in the building.
It's so funny you said that, because funny story. Where we were sitting, we saw signs that said that alcohol wasn't allowed, right? And I remember I was talking to my shorty Bree at the time, and I kept telling her, I'm like, yo, listen, we might have to sneak the beer in. But if I'm gonna go get beer, I want to at least be lit for the Roman match, right? So I knew Io Sky was before Roman, and when she saw Bobby Lashley came, match number 2, she kept telling, "Yo, this is the bathroom break. This is where we go to the concession stand." And I felt so bad, because I felt like, yo, I fuck with the Pride. I fuck with the Street Profits. I fuck with Bobby Lashley. I'm not really a fan of B-Fab, but I swear, he laughing.
But wasn't this going against his thought when you brought Bobby to the bathroom?
Yeah
exactly.
But here's the thing. That's why I was so conflicted, because I'm like, nah, I ain't about to fucking go to the bathroom on this. Like, we go wait. We ended up going to the bathroom on, we missed the entire AJ Logan,
LA Night match.
LA Night match.
Freaking great match too.
Was it? I missed the whole thing. I swear to you. We were walking around, but
well, I'll just say this: the synopsis for the street fight. They were throwing them like
I did
they
get
were
that
throwing
sentiment
them.
from
They
the
were
kitchen.
throwing them. Those fucking kendo sticks. I believe Dawkins took one took a kendo like straight up, bang, right in the middle of the fucking head, like crazy. Like yeah, they were throwing it. They were handling business. But
I felt like that in hindsight, that shit could have been done better because, you know.
But then you have Bully Ray pull up. He was the ref, and that made it.
That didn't make no sense.
It's in Philly,
It's in
ECW.
Philly.
It's an ECW type match. It's a Philly match.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
How do we market this and give this the best product possible? How do we make sense of us being in this city?
You make Jason Kelsey the special guest referee.
And I'll tell you another thing too. It ties into 2K24 because he's in the DLC next month. The Dudleys are in the DLC.
You make Jason Kelsey the DLC. That satisfies everybody.
Oh, please, the worst DLC.
So how'd you feel about the
soon.
match?
Well, the fucking table broke when they put somebody on it, which kind of. Hey, here's what I say about the match.
Fucking B-Fab and Scarlett went through a fucking table.
Yes. B-Fab gotta hit she gotta hit the ring off camera and figure out every time she hit that scissor kick how not to fall with her opponent. I'm sorry. That's my only take on B-Fab. I haven't really seen her technically grapple, so I don't know if she can do more than that. But every time she hits that move on Scarlett, she falls with Scarlett. I have a problem with that.
B-Fab is like Ashanti after the Murder Inc. indictment. She's like Ashanti.
Ashanti's a legend.
Ashanti's clearly a legend, and I wanted to see B-Fab win, but I don't like the fact that they just snatched her up and put her with the other.
Bianca Belair in there, man.
Whoa, yo, oh my!
I know a lot of people are saying that, but I don't. She's got to stay away from that.
With Montez and Dawkins and
it would have made
Bobby
so much more
Lashley
sense.
and
She
Bobby
has
Lashley.
the chemistry with her husband, and I don't know if he was in the wedding.
She
but
don't need to be with Dawkins to do that. It don't need to be a threesome with fucking Bianca Belair in the middle. It need to be Montez and Bianca, and this needs to happen during the Hell Run. I don't want to get too long-winded on this. This need to happen during the Hell Run so that we can solidify Montez as a top star. He's only going to shine once he's allowed to have that personality and talk freely, which most heels are.
I agree.
It shouldn't be
he's
with
like,
a no eyebrow having milk dud head Bobby Lashley who can't fucking speak in a mic.
Crazy. So you're saying Montez Ford is like Rocky Maivia right now?
No. He needs to get the fuck away from Bobby Lashley.
That would mean he would have to get away from Dawkins too.
Okay.
Wow. Interesting take.
I mean, yeah, it's
Next
about
match.
time.
You went to the bathroom on this one, so there was LA Knight versus AJ Styles.
I didn't see this one.
which I thought it was a really good match. The match for me, it looked like men were fighting. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it was like you were kind of getting that sense that if you didn't know that they didn't like each other, like there would be something there. You know, LA Knight
they running
bit
it back.
AJ in the
They running
head,
it back
like-
to see who he's going to be the number one contender.
Right.
But
This match resembled a TNA match.
they're
Right.
both from TNA.
Right, and
That's what I'm saying.
And it's not bad. That's
not
a compliment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like this is being presented a little bit different. It was great. The chemistry that they had in that, the pacing of that match was amazing.
I legitimately was getting beer popcorn when this match happened.
Why would you leave during LA Knight and AJ Styles? That is disrespectful. I'm not leaving in a match with AJ Styles. What the fuck? You stayed for a match during. You got too much pride. You stayed during a match during the Pride and left during.
If it was up to me,
AJ
we would have left
Styles
during
for
the Logan Paul match.
Bro,
We would have left during the Logan Paul match.
AJ Styles for 15 years has been arguably the greatest wrestler on the planet. And you leave during his match and stay during a nigga. Bobby Lashley hurts the mic every time he speaks into it.
Yo,
and you
Mike
stayed
aside-
during his fucking match.
Mike aside, from a heavyweight standpoint, Bobby Lashley delivers with whoever he's in the ring with.
Are you like some type of recipient on Bobby Lashley's GI Bill? Like, what the fuck benefits are you getting from?
I don't see why you hate Bobby Lashley.
I don't hate him. I think he's a great superstar. I don't need him to talk or fuck up anybody else's momentum because they need him on TV. No,
I agree with that. Bring MVP in
and put him where next to Bobby.
Yeah.
No, they tried it already.
That was
and it doesn't
Bobby
work.
Lashley.
No, nigga, sit there. He needs to be a producer of matches for big men. Wow. He needs to sit the fuck down, bro. He's taking too much TV time. I respect Bobby, but I cannot deal with this nigga just not knowing how to play a fucking character on TV. So I can't deal with it.
So speaking of, we get the the triple threat for the United States Championship. We get Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul.
Amazing match.
I'm surprised from the standpoint of I thought either Randy or Kevin would have won, but I've been the biggest Logan Paul supporter on this platform, since the very beginning. Honestly, since I saw him step foot in the ring, I shook my finger and I said, yo, that boy got something. I've been saying he's Edge. He's prime Edge. He's prime rated R Edge.
No pun intended.
That's what I did. But he's an extension of what that Edge character is in today's market. The only thing that's missing from him is a faction or at least a manager that can boost him up.
It kind of working with a faction because A-Town Down Under, they fucks with him, so they kind of time with
they gotta pair them up more for it to feel legitimately.
Yeah.
But the only thing with me is that I don't understand why he keeps having these YouTubers in the prime suit take bumps.
That's why. Because that's the audience. I'm telling you, the moment that they showed who he was, whoever was at Seneca that day, immediately went like, Speed? That was Speed. Everybody thought it was KSI.
I thought it was KSI too.
And when it was
Bree kept saying, "Oh, that's Speed."
And even I know who Speed is. I know, and it's like barely because I'm on the peripheral of it. But I was like, "Oh, that shit is fucking hilarious!"
Yeah.
But that's why, because that's the reaction you get.
Yeah. That's how they bring so many eyes to us. When they start going on a impression run, when they're like, "Oh, we got this many eyes," look at the people that they bringing in. Look at what they're tapping into. And they've been doing this for the last 2-3 years.
Did you see you bought him a car for taking the RKO?
Yeah, that was And by the way, that he took a hard kick.
Yeah, and then
that table didn't break.
Mm-hmm.
He took a hard RKO. And I think Randy did that on purpose because Speed is one of them LaMelo Ball niggas, right? When you get him on TV and you give him a mic,
they don't know what the fuck they gonna say.
They go extra, and it's like, you're not understanding my business and you're fucking up the look for this. This is my prediction. Maybe they do fuck with Speed, but the amount of cursing he was doing in that moment when he was speaking to Randy Orton is like, yo, like, chill.
Here's what I will say. I don't know if it got caught on camera, but the amount of hydration drinks that got shouted out as a counter to Prime. Yo, bro, I wrote it down. They shouted out water, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Gatorade. Hold on, wait. I gotta see if I got it. I wrote it down. I swear to you.
In the crowd, these were crowd chants.
These were crowd chants, bro.
Wow.
Hold on, wait.
I do. Like I said, I do have to say that that sense of what Randy did, it reminds me of what Piper did to Mr. T years ago.
Yeah.
That he really didn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
And when they did WrestleMania 2, when they went to fight,
yeah,
it was supposed to be staged. Fucking Piper was really throwing
shit out of him.
He was throwing. He was for real with it.
Cause Speed cursed. He said "fuck" like 4 times, and the camera's right there. So my sense is like,
I would curse too if I know I'm about to get put through an RKO on the table.
Okay, I respect that.
But you got to hype yourself.
I'm hyping myself up to make sure I eat this.
I respect that then, because Speed, he can't be no taller than me.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah.
He is annoying as fuck. So it was. I respect what he does in the streaming world, but as far as his personality, it's annoying to me. It's over the top.
Mm-hmm.
So to see him go through the table, it all makes sense. I wasn't mad at anything that they did. I think the partners that they worked with during this WrestleMania, they did it very tasteful, and they went over the top in the moments where they needed to go over the top. For this Prime shit is Logan Paul. He's been here putting in the work. Fuck it. Let me put my people on. Triple H is the cool uncle. Bring the weed to the table. Bring the niggas to the cookout.
Here's the chance. Gatorade. They chanted for Gatorade. They chanted for H2O. There was an H2O chant.
I heard that.
They chanted for Powerade, Pepsi Zero, We Want Water, Coca-Cola, and the honorable mentions, Turn the Lights Off, and We Can't See Shit. That was for the lights.
Wow.
But all that took place during the Logan Paul match.
No. Great match.
It was a great match, though.
Shout out to I didn't think that he was going to retain. I thought this was going to be Randy's moment. And when he retained, that confirmed to me that they trust Logan Paul. And he is going to be a major player in this in this Paul Levesque era.
Logan Paul Levesque era.
Which just quickly, there was a lot of love being showed to Paul Levesque, especially during Paul Heyman's speech when he says he's a Paul Levesque guy. That was major. And
that was touching.
Very touching. At the same time, it makes me nervous.
It does.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's making me feel as though that they're trying to protect him in case they're going to come after him. In case with the shit with the investigation with Vince. If they find out that he knew stuff and he's hiding things. Because even when Stephanie opened up the show, I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that threw me off.
I was like, oh.
The crowd, I'm never gonna lie, the crowd reaction was super mixed.
Yeah. It was like,
super mixed.
Okay.
Like,
and
nobody knew whether the chair.
Right.
They thought it was a troll. They were like, oh shit.
Yeah. So
that's Stephanie.
It's kind of making me worry, and it's seen as though like how, especially with how what happened later on in that night, what was supposed, with the announcement that came, I was just like, oh, please don't fuck this up, please, just.
Yeah, I hope you're in a good space.
I hope we're in a good space. But yeah, so leading up to the next match, we get Bayley versus Io Sky for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Underdelivered.
I don't know what the fuck is up with the Japanese women in WWE. They got to pull their acting together. They got to pull their personalities together, because I love Io. I love her music.
I think Io's a great talent, yes. She's number 5 behind whoever you consider the current 4 horsewomen.
She's so little, but yeah, she can work. Bro.
She can work.
Yeah.
I love Io. I don't like the acting that it just seems like too much.
Let me ask you
her
this real
entire
quick.
walk to the ring, she was like,
from a size perspective,
she's like a T-Rex.
Who do you got in
She's
a
a
straight up
Velociraptor.
101? Alexa Bliss or Io Sky?
Io Sky.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Io Sky. There's no
And Bliss is not bad at all. Like Bliss,
she's
Bliss,
not, but
she's not
Io
bad.
she's great in the ring. She's amazing. Asuka, amazing. I thought
You
you was
don't
gonna
like Io
ask.
Sky?
I said Io Sky.
You ain't like her interest? I like the over animation.
Io?
Yeah.
No, I just said I love her entrance. I don't like the persona that they take on when they walk to the ring when they do this shit.
Why not? Bro, they all do it. Asuka does it.
That's what I'm saying. They look like they off the E. They look like they off the E, bro. Like
It's
that.
a persona that's associated with their culture.
What is that? Is that like the drunken master?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Not that per se, but it's almost like they're having sort of like not an outer body experience, but when Asuka, she paints the face, it's a different version of Asuka compared to the Asuka that we know.
Okay, so you know how Finn Balor comes out as the demon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? That's cool. He's theatrical. It feels like the Phantom of the Opera. And even when Asuka used to come out and, her entrance, it was like very Broadway-esque. I can rock with that. When they start trying to dance,
the music slap. Come on, Io Sky entrance slap.
Io Sky be like this.
Io Sky. Thank you. I'll say this.
I'm not saying anything about her music. I'm saying their presentation in the walk to the ring.
That was the wrong time.
It's very K-pop, like kind of.
But it doesn't feel natural.
Yeah.
It feels like this is what the English people want me to do.
That
Let me
was
try
the
to do this the
wrong
best that I
time
can.
for Bayley to debut a new entrance music.
Okay, now
I will say that
the
whole arena kind of felt like, who the fuck is this?
Which, by the way, AJ debuted a new entrance as well, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta get used to that.
100% speak on that.
I said I gotta get used to that.
But I will say the Bayley entrance music, I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Well,
I
that
actually like her new song.
But that and the entrance itself was very heelish, being brought in like a pharaoh, like on the thing, and which I realized, which I learned later was it's from a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's a pharaoh card or whatever the fuck it is.
What does Beatty's character have to do with anything related to Yu-Gi-Oh?
That's
From my understanding,
but they're geeks. So
from my
they're
understanding,
geeks.
there is a museum, Egyptian museum in San Francisco that she had paid tribute to from that entrance.
Yeah, but it was also a Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
Yu-Gi-Oh as well. Yeah, they're geeks. They're you understand? They're the majority of the roster that are under like fucking 40,
Zelina
they're
Vega
geeks.
is the biggest geek out of all the women's division.
I was mad at Zelina Vega. She ain't have that shit on WrestleMania. She ain't come with that shit on.
She ain't had that
WrestleMania.
Here's what I will say. Bailey beating Io made sense, but I don't see Bailey having a lengthy title run just because of her positioning in the current women's division. As far as like, all right, we know who they are as far as being the 4 horsewomen and stuff. She's meant to put on the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see Tiffy beating her? Do I see Jade beating her? But Naomi, definitely not. I do believe that if you're going to debut a new entrance music, it kind of like, here's how I see new entrance music. If you give someone a new entrance music, that's someone that you trust for at least the next 6 months. I don't see Bailey's title reign lasting that long.
I would have given new entrance music, but I would have did it on SmackDown.
Right, I would have did it on,
That
but
too.
that's when I caught the entrance music because low key, I didn't know that she had the new entrance music for WrestleMania until I watched it back. I thought it came during SmackDown. I was like, oh, this is a new rendition to this shit. I fuck with it, but I didn't notice that it was there for WrestleMania until I think yesterday. So, yeah.
And then we'll go to the closing match, which is the main event match, which is the Bloodline Rules match between Roman Reigns and...
Wrestling has more than one royal family. Come on, Reem. One more time for the one time. One more time for the one time.
No.
One more time for the one time. Come on.
You
Come
got
on.
the one. If you're watching the episode, run it back. That's all you're going to get.
Adrenaline in my soul. Something, something, Cody Rhodes. Do it all to get them off their feet.
He's a Cody Rhodes. So, this match for me in the whole had everything that I pretty much thought was going to happen. Everybody pretty much knew that we were going to get the surprises. The only one that we didn't think we thought we were going to get, we didn't get. Apparently, the money didn't match right for him, but we still got a great appearance for that. Just going through the match just quickly because we got to start tying everything up. The first entrance when Solo comes in, when Jimmy comes in, Jimmy and Jay actually made up for what they did the night before during their running for me. Especially taking that spot off the ramp, I thought it was fucking crazy. Who was the biggest, what was the biggest, Mark, what was the biggest moment for you during that match?
I'm be honest, the biggest moment was Roman's entrance.
Okay.
That entrance was phenomenal. And when I saw Roman walk into the ring, it was a sad moment for me. I was like, damn, this is an end of an era.
And I did say,
and as he
Roman.
was walking to the ring,
Thank you, Roman.
I saluted him. I acknowledged the tribal treat. The
tribal treat.
I acknowledged the tribal chief because this is something that was unprecedented.
It was Roman rainbow cookies.
But his confidence, his confidence walking to the ring, he looked like the best version of Roman Reigns ever.
Yeah,
my boy was ripped.
By the way,
night
were you not a
two.
fan of Cody Mask? He wasn't a fan of the
I
Cody
was,
Mask?
but I'm a music guy.
Yeah.
So the live versions, the violins, the drums, all of that shit, and for it to be so loud and grand as it was a moment I was like, damn, I kind of don't want this nigga to lose right now. I don't want him to lose because he was like 99% of what we wanted him to be. This WrestleMania walkout right here, He looked like the best version of Roman Reigns. His shit talking in the match,
it was great.
Was phenomenal. That move sucked.
The best part for me was when Cody pulls out the table and everybody cheers for it. Roman hits him with the drive-by, takes the table, puts it right back on the ring.
Yep.
I loved it.
It's Bloodline rules, but it's when it's on my time.
It's on my
time. But when he hit Cody, he was like, I knew I wasn't winning with that shit. That move sucked. You don't beat nobody with that move. And you didn't hear him because you was at the fucking show. But when he said that shit,
I was crying. He says, I do this all day.
Yo.
This is what I do. I do this all day.
The confidence that man had is like, yo, this is what we were waiting for the entire time. And he killed this tribal chief character for the last 3 to 4 years.
4.5.
4.5. Whatever, bro. But the presentation of him at WrestleMania, he didn't wait for the beat to drop. He just walked out in the midst of the wind up. And I don't know, it was emotional. I think I'm not going to wait for a rebuttal. I'm going to say everything I got to say now. This main event was everything that a wrestling fan could dream of. It was over the top. It was the corny shit that you look for in wrestling. It was the long-term booking. It was everything. Technical.
The Shield reference.
The Shield reference. They wrestled 20 minutes before any shenanigans even took place. Mm-hmm. So I was very grateful for that. Cody getting his moment. Obviously the callback to Bret Hart winning and everybody hoisting up Bret Hart. It was something nostalgic about that. I don't know what the fuck they on in that writing room, but they are cooking in WWE right now. And I hope it doesn't stop with just WrestleMania. Obviously we going to, talk a little bit briefly about the direction after Mania, but I wholeheartedly believe that this was the best WrestleMania main event, and people are questioning why the Undertaker? The Rock was going by the final boss. I'll tell you 2 reasons why the Undertaker. And Reem, I hope you listening to me. I'll tell you 2 reasons why the Undertaker. The Rock was calling himself final boss. And if you think of the Undertaker, technically he is really the final boss. And if you think about the backstage politics, him being them doing the wrestling court and him being the judge of wrestling court. Him coming here to set the record straight and make sure that this match goes off the way that it's supposed to and be even, split, and Cody Rhodes has a equal chance to win, and they just have an equal chance to fight it out like men. This made sense, even though we wanted Stone Cold. This was wrestling, WWE history, all encompassed into one. And if you're not a wrestling fan where you understand the specifics or where you can interpret things a certain way, maybe you won't get it, but I was super appreciative of this main event, and I felt treated, and I'm happy that everyone, the casuals, enjoyed this as well. I'm seeing a lot of people saying, "You got me back into wrestling. Yeah. This got me back into wrestling," and it's a safe space now.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Hank Flanagan for Hank's Happy Hour, who always pulls up here. He messaged me. He says, although Stone Cold would have been the obvious choice, he says it makes sense for Taker because there's only 2 people that Rock couldn't really son during his career. One was definitely Stone Cold. He got the win off of him after 3 WrestleMania matches. He was only 1-3 against Stone, or 1-2 against Stone Cold. And Undertaker, he couldn't do what he did with any of the Undertakers that would come out. So it made sense for that. Reem, I still see your pain. So Let's just go through this so that we could start embarking into the new era of WWE.
To my fellow honorary Usos. Listen.
All right. I'll let you go.
I want to say this, right? We knew that eventually at some point that the reign was going to come to an end. I will say this, couple things, quick hitters. I'm not mad that Cody Rhodes won. I felt like more should have been done to lead up to that. Put him through a table, put him through the ring, put him through something, You know what I mean? Like, you gotta really hurt the tribal chief in order to beat him. 3 crossroads consecutively. I just felt like more could have been done. As far as The Undertaker sticking his big nose in business that did not belong, I grew to accept that, you know, The Undertaker was more of like a locker room leader for so many generations that it kind of made sense for him to be the one to help Cody win, to signify that Cody is the new generation locker room leader, however you want to take that. Cool. The match itself, I felt like 39 was better than 40 from a technical standpoint. I felt like there was more done in 39 than 40. Although I do get that they did wrestle the night before and, you know, whatever the circumstances may be, I felt like 40 was just more of a microwave match versus a something that, you know, you can watch back and say, oh my God, that delivered. Am I mad that Cody Rhodes won? Yes and no, because I saw the writings on the wall. Like I said, I'm on the record thinking that Cody was going to win night 1.
What the fuck is this nigga talking about?
What is he talking about? You want my honest opinion? Listen, I don't know what our time length is right now, but
it's not good. It's not good.
So let me segue into the next shit. You feel me?
I just want to say this. So we transition. In any case of what would have happened at the end of that match, even if Roman won, I still would have said that match was fucking great. You know, I still would have taken it.
From what perspective?
Because of the fact of what, like he mentioned before, of what they gave you. They gave you every element of what we love about professional wrestling. The surprises.
What everybody knock about professional wrestling.
Not knowing really what can be the outcome. What can happen. You lost yourself for a minute and you actually were, that feeling of a kid for a moment. You didn't think about the insides of a wrestling or what could happen, what's going to occur.
Seth Rollins taking his chair to the back.
The throwback to the Shield reference. Roman making the decision whether to hit Cody with the chair or hit Roman with Rollins with the chair, knowing that 10 years ago he turned on them. Like there was so much storytelling there. It's
where does the Undertaker fit into all of
I just
this?
mentioned it. Undertaker is one of the guys. Once again, Stone Cold couldn't pay the money. I mean, he couldn't get the money he wanted to. But at the same time, Undertaker is one of the 2 guys in Rock's career that Rock couldn't bully. Stone Cold he couldn't bully, and he couldn't bully Undertaker. That's where it plays out.
I would have rather Triple H himself come down.
That would have been corny as shit.
What?
That would have been
Triple H coming down to the ring, giving one final pedigree on the biggest WrestleMania night of all time.
That would have
the
been
nigga
corny.
is Iron Man in real life. Like
exactly,
he's not coming out there to do any of that.
Yeah. So let's go into the transition. Let's go into the new era. So let's just combine Raw and SmackDown together because it basically is the same thing going in. What's your thoughts about going into Raw? I mean, we're going into the new era now. And let's just disregard the fucking 40-minute entrance, the promo between Rock and Cody.
Yeah.
Because, okay, we get it. It was commercial free. Rock was going to eat all that time. That's a nice belt you got there. Can I hold it? Can I hold that belt? And I'm like, this is even the crowd was like, this is awkward. This is weird as fuck.
It was super weird, but I feel like The Rock was being obsessive. It was like, I don't know where we go with Cody after this.
Don't break my heart again.
Obviously, Cody is going to hold the championship not for 1,316 days. He'll hold the championship for at least a year. I'll say, right? I'm just gonna make all my points now. Obviously, there's some changes in the bloodline. You have Tama Tonga, who just debuted on SmackDown. You have Solo Sikoa. We don't know if he's considering himself the tribal chief or if the tribal chief actually made the call or if somebody else is the tribal chief. But when it comes to that word patience, we didn't really get much out of Jimmy and Jay, right? And now Jimmy has been ousted out of the bloodline, seemingly, right? So they're getting right into it. We're building for the next year. Roman Reigns is being set up for the biggest face run that we've probably ever seen in WWE history, because he's finally going to be what Vince McMahon wanted him to be, but it needs to happen strategically. It needs to happen fluidly, and we don't need to rush into it, because this man could go on to have another reign, not 1,300 and whatever days, but he can have like 4 more title reigns to where he's solidified as, arguably the GOAT. The way he walked out there on WrestleMania, I'm like, I'm not ready to see Roman Reigns walk away. I'm not ready to see him be more of a part-timer than he is now. That's what I have for Cody Roman. Obviously, we're moving into the Paul Levesque era, and people seem to be embracing this as such. Back to patience when it comes to Bianca, Jade. Everybody wanted to see them go against each other initially. I think they are about to revitalize the women's tag team division. They already came out matching. They look good together. There's a genuine bond with them. Like, they genuinely support each other. Naomi, her taking that L to Tiffany Stratton a couple months ago, right? I was knocking her for it. But when we circle back to it, her win on Tiffany Stratton means more because she got her lick back. She got her lick back. And I think she was a little bit more confident on the mic during that interaction with Tiffany Stratton when she was saying, she had one line. She said, she called a little girl or some shit like that. And it was just so natural. But Tiffany Stratton did have a comeback, and they've been cooking. She said, and I quote, she couldn't even win a title if it glowed in the dark.
That's nasty. You wrote that down. That is nasty. You wrote that down.
Because the moment I was like, all right, I'm coming around to Naomi. I get it. She about to get this win back. I got to be a little bit more patient, right? She cooked her with that line, but nonetheless, Naomi got her win back. So I think we're off to a great direction for Mania. And, that's what I got. That's my review of the after Mania week.
Oh no, just quick about you heard the line the line that Cody did. He read off as well on the opening of SmackDown.
Oh yeah. Who said it was open mic night, bitch?
Yeah, that's his wife. That was his wife. Also, we didn't even mention fucking Wayne showed up during the Uso fight intro. That was a little weird as well. Like I would have figured that like you guys would have said maybe Meek would have done that shit, but okay. Everybody loves Wayne. He's like, I always say he's everybody's Muppet or some shit. Like I fucks with Wayne. I'm very intrigued with what's happening with the bloodline thing. Jacob Fatu is signed. Looks like he's going to be along that as well. Looks like we're going to possibly see a civil war occurring. Is The Rock going to take sides in this? Is he going to be a part of this? Are we going to see a War Games match with this? Possibly. We'll see. And like I said, that's what I like now. It's not as predictable as we want it to be. On the Raw side, we're going to see what the shakeup is going to be like with the draft coming. The draft is going to be at the end of the month. We'll see who's going to be the movers and shakers over there. To see CM Punk get involved in that match where once again he screwed Drew over for the #1 contendership means a lot to that storyline as well. Slowly but surely, Punk is making his way back, and we'll see how that gets involved. And I'm interested to see for both sides what the mid-card titles are going to be doing, what they're going to be doing with the U.S. title and the IC titles. The only thing that I'm really shaky about is when you mentioned about Bianca and Jade. Are they going to immediately put the titles on them and make them the thoroughbreds for that title now. Start putting the women together and having them really chase them to
they
get
should.
them.
There's no need to build them up as if they need work as a tag team.
Right.
It's Jade and Bianca. Put that shit on them yesterday.
Oh, and by the way, Braun Breaker, he's gonna be a fucking star in 3 years, bro. I'm telling you.
Do you see that? Who knew that Jade and Bianca chemistry would be like this?
Yeah.
Did you see Jade in the ring? Like,
Yeah.
beat that bitch ass. Get that. Like, it looks natural. It don't look fake at all. At all.
Like I said, Braun is. I'm looking at Braun. I'm looking at Jade. Like the new era, that new filling of the roster that's coming up, the new crop that's coming in, the younger stars, because we're gonna see the Randys start going away soon. We're gonna see the AJs start. Their time is coming. They know it. They're saying it themselves, and they want to see the younger stars flourish. I think for the next couple of years or so, we're gonna see a good transition with stars. And as for Roman, I thought that the last megastar that WWE will make and ever make is John Cena. But if Roman doesn't get it, he's gonna be pretty damn close.
He got it, in my opinion.
So I've been holding this in for 7 days.
As opposed to what the fuck you were speaking about earlier?
Let me say a couple things, right? Now, y'all know me to be an honorary Uce. Y'all know me to be the ultimate bloodline supporter. I actually think this was the perfect time for Roman to drop the title. Made sense from a historical standpoint. WrestleMania 40. I did think niggas was dick eating running to the ring to celebrate with Cody Rhodes, but
Wow.
Cody Rhodes' championship reign ends at SummerSlam. I don't know to who, but I know when. He is not walking out of SummerSlam with that title, whether that's a Money in the Bank cash-in, whether that's a clean pin. Y'all can book that. That was the take that I was holding in for this entire recording. Now, as far as the bloodline is concerned, you know what? And I want y'all to be honest about this. Legitimately honest about this. What Cody Rhodes is doing now is making the WWE Championship, now that it's called that, an afterthought to the main event, which is the bloodline story. Now, I know many of you don't fuck with the bloodline. I throw my ones up every time I hear that interest music thrown up because it symbolizes greatness. Greatness. There isn't a single competitor who can hold that title now that has you tuning in saying, I want them to lose. With Cody Rhodes holding that title, we are looking at John Cena 2.0. I say John Cena 2.0 because, like I've been saying it for the longest of whiles, you beat Seth Rollins in a Hell in a Cell match with one arm. You beat Brock Lesnar, which is a fucking travesty to me, if you ask me. You have the fucking Undertaker, who we've seen turn into Dave Chappelle whenever there's a PLE in town. All of a sudden comes to the ring and decides to, he's not even wearing the Undertaker shit. He's wearing Biker Taker shit. Wants to stick his huge nose in business that doesn't concern him, whether you want to say he hasn't bullied The Rock. Bro, nothing in the past 4 years has included Undertaker, but you decide to want to showcase yourself at WrestleMania, fine, we'll take it. But you know what I got walking away from SmackDown and Raw this week alone? Cody Rhodes is now the afterthought champion. He is the champion that we respect from a wrestling perspective, but from an entertainment value, I do not want to see my champion week in, week out crying to the crowd. And I guarantee you this, Red, Mark, you guys are going to come on this podcast and will admit to me and the bloodline, yo, I miss Roman Reigns as champion. Go ahead and play the Shinsuke Nakamura entrance, because that's what this is. It is just a novelty act. It has no substance. It has no validity. I walked away from the Raw and the SmackDown, and I said to myself, you know what this new era symbolizes? New faces, new blood, new challenges. And you mean to tell me, after watching Roman Reigns defend that title for close to 1,400 days, we're going to get Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles at Backlash? Y'all are going to remember this moment in time and say, well, all right, Cody got his moment, but wrestling is boring again. Wrestling is fucking boring again.
So it wasn't boring when Roman was missing 4 months on end?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm just asking.
When Roman was champion, there was someone there that you wanted to see lose.
There was someone there that you wanted to be there. Someone who was not there who you wanted to be there.
Roman has the equal time of TV that Brock did when Brock was champ, and everybody hated that.
When
shit.
Roman comes back as a bigger face,
and that's what's
than
going to happen.
The American Nightmare, which is going to happen.
I don't know if he'll be a bigger face, but he will come back face, yeah.
He will come back as a bigger face because the Bloodline storyline is what draws people to watch and see what happens next. I watched this SmackDown saying to myself, okay, yeah, there's 2 triple threat matches that are happening to see who's going to beat Cody Rhodes. But what I walked away from that SmackDown saying is, damn, I can't wait to see what happens next between the Bloodline. Now, I'm not saying that Roman should have won at WrestleMania 40. I think it was the perfect opportunity. It was number 40. It had significance. It meant something. In the grand scheme of things, when they replay it in years to come, it showcases the love and the support of the Rhodes family.
So, who takes Reem to the ring? Is it me or you this week? We bring Reem.
I'll say this last point. I just want to say this last point. I will embrace y'all when y'all finally wake up from this American nightmare and decide to want to throw y'all ones up in the sky.
I love the fact that he believes it's just like this, like it's a Cody fandom. It's a wrestling.
It's a wrestling fandom.
Like, SummerSlam.
That's all it is.
Is when he drops.
Bro, I said
title.
I acknowledged the tribal chief. I said that I didn't want him to lose.
Stop it, Mark.
Listen,
you done got your shares worth by seeing your favorite wrestler screw the greatest of all time.
So
I don't know who Red's favorite wrestler is. Who is your favorite wrestler?
I have it fluctuates. It could be anything from Bret Hart to AJ Styles to CM Punk. It fluctuates.
So you love technical wrestling?
Yeah, that's my thing.
And you mean to tell me Cody Rhodes was? You know what? I'll save that for an off-camera discussion.
Is Roman Reigns a more technical wrestler than Cody Rhodes? Are you crazy?
He's a bigger draw than Cody Rhodes will ever dream to be. Outside of him competing with the Bloodline.
Bathroom break faction.
Let's
segue into the bathroom break faction. You know who I'm nominating for the bathroom break faction? Cody Rhodes. I don't want to see my champion crying every 14 seconds.
That was Cody before the title.
Mark my words. Red, Mark, you guys are going to come on this podcast and you guys are going to say, yo, you know what, Reem? I'm actually bored with Cody Rhodes as champion.
I might be bored with Cody Rhodes. I wanted a great story. And WrestleMania was the culmination of that story. We move on from Cody Rhodes by SummerSlam. I'm cool with it just as long as the story is good.
Yeah.
For the bathroom break, though, because we overtime.
Yeah.
For the bathroom break faction, all the motherfuckers who got fired by AEW, they are in the bathroom break. Because I swear, I don't know who any of them were. I didn't even know that they work for the company. I thought they were firing motherfuckers who work for the arenas that they go on touring. I'm like, how AEW firing niggas who work at the arenas? At the concession stand, they not on AEW payroll.
Yo, this might be the first time we agree on this. I was posting these motherfuckers to my page, and I kept saying,
I thought those was your friends.
Niggas? Who are these niggas?
I thought he was advocating for his friends. Like,
yo, I was posting these niggas, and I'm like, yo, you know what's crazy? I seen, fuck, I don't even remember his name, but there's one guy that's injured that he had the most traction, where he's just like, wow, you fire somebody while they're injured. Apparently, Tony Khan is going to bring him back once he's healed. But I guess the reason why he got released in the first place was because he got injured outside of AEW. Neither here nor there, but I agree with you, bro. This might be the one time we agree on the bathroom break faction. Yo, throw all them niggas in there.
Yeah.
I ain't know none of them. Oh, that's hilarious. And then the fucked up thing is that he fired them on April Fool's Day. Like, that's crazy. It's like, wow. Yeah, I'm sorry, we gotta let you go. Haha, very funny. I know it's
Cody Rhodes is in there too.
Nah, we real though. Your ass is fired.
Cody Rhodes is in there too. I'm sorry. You guys are gonna come around and say, yo, you know what? I kind of miss Roman Reigns.
Listen, it's okay. We gonna miss Roman Reigns because we don't. This was a great story, and this cemented him. All that work that he's put.
We thanked him. We said
that's what I'm saying. They were saying thank you, Roman. Nobody is against Roman Reigns. Everything that they wanted him to be, it literally he got to that moment.
He did it.
WrestleMania. He is at his peak. He is at his peak. He's not declining. He's going up even more.
So
SummerSlam.
Pop Culture Rumble.
My bathroom break. Wait. My bathroom break, honestly, just quickly, is whatever the fuck is going on with this Willow Nightingale shit in AEW.
Wow.
This shit is just losing audience members, and it's turning me off as well. Mind you, I fucks with Willow. We've met. She's cool people and everything. But right now, especially with this Monet stuff, and by the way, woof with that.
That's the reason why.
Yeah, it's especially knowing she...
Yo, Mark is doing the smile.
Yeah, there goes the smile. She ain't even get a match as of yet, and she's already going for titles. You know what? Whatever, man. Shout out to Mark Briscoe, who won the Ring of Honor Championship this past week. But
shouts out to John Moxley, who accomplished something that no other wrestler has accomplished too.
Well, in this era, because in older eras, people have won a WCW, WWF title and a New Japan title, so that's different. So it's just this era.
I can't name one.
Yeah, it's just this era.
Name one.
Yeah, Vader. We'll look at some stuff like that. We'll look at there's a few of us that we could do. Yeah, there we could actually throw a little shade on
Willow
that,
Nightingale reminds me of someone who worked. You know the carnival that they used to do on Knickerbocker around May.
Disrespectful.
She reminds me of somebody who works there.
That makes the con candy
pack them up.
The pack them up. All right, so.
Pop Culture Rumble. We got the Pop Culture Rumble.
So the Pop Culture Rumble, for those of you who don't know, is anybody who you feel like needs to be called out to the ring that's outside of the wrestling IWC community that needs to catch a couple stunners.
Or in it.
Yes. Couple stunners, maybe some pedigree onto the thumbtacks, rock bottom through the announcer table. Red, who you got?
Thank you for letting me go first, because then I got to start getting ready. Off the rip, whoever the fuck idea was to air that CM Punk Jack Perry footage.
Shit.
Whoever's fucking idea that was. Tony Khan, bring your ass, because we know it's you, because you still buttholes upset at the fact of what occurred with that incident, as well as what the fuck Punk said in an interview, which, by the way, pretty much detailed exactly what he fucking said.
Yeah.
So, and even with that interview, he didn't really shade him. He actually said he's a good dude. He's a good guy. He's just not a boss. Yeah. And, that shit was happening. That's what it is. And even Punk sat there and said, yo, I want out. Let me go out. No, we're not going to let you out. But whoever thought it was by the way, they only fucking received like 810,000
which was the anticipation on
it. They usually would get in the millions for shit like this. Not even. It was a blip. And then at the end of it, CM Punk chants.
Yeah.
And now You know what? I'll save the other person for the next episode. But yeah, Tony Khan, it is you.
Yeah.
Because I even heard that the Young Bucks were throwing him on the bus and saying like, yeah,
They didn't agree with
they
it.
didn't agree with it. So bring your ass in the ring, and it's going to be a squash match because it's going to be easy. You're going to get a GST and that's it, GTS, and that's it. It's done, gone.
Yeah.
What's up, Mark?
I'm bringing Tony Khan. That's who I was going to bring to the ring. Tony Khan, you are in the gauntlet, my brother. This is an Iron Man match. And this is an Iron Man match. I don't know if we ever seen a non-competitive Iron Man match. 60 minutes, non-competitive Iron Man match. Tony Khan versus me. Me. The bruiserweight.
Okay.
Tony Khan, bring your ass to the ring. We going to break your fingers so you can stop tweeting. We going to stomp your brain so that hopefully it can function properly, because this is not handling your company, your professional wrestling company, like a boss. And I want to know what drugs y'all doing back there in gorilla position, because what will convince you that people want to see this from you as opposed to putting some effort in and doing this shit? What made you think that the fans weren't going to fuck with CM Punk or turn their back on CM Punk? The fact that he fucked up Jack Perry is the reason why the fans like CM Punk. So why would you? We want to see the footage. Like what? I don't know. There is a social awareness gene that is missing from a lot of people where they cannot read the room. Tony Khan is one of them. And he's here for the Pop Culture Rumble.
So I ended on this. I'm bringing to the ring old school rap fans. As you guys might not have known or do know, there's an Avengers Civil War, Infinity War going on between Drake and the entire industry. You know, Drake is going up against the Kendricks of the world, the Rick Rosses of the world, The Weeknd, Metro Boomin, Future. One could argue it's over women, but what I am calling to the ring are those who feel like we are still stuck in the P Cutter stages. Some of you might not know who P Cutter is. Some of you might not know what LimeWire is. But those who are still stuck in that era, I'm calling y'all to the ring because you guys seem to having a beef with DJ Academics breaking new music, diss records. You know what I mean? I have a problem with that. Adapt or perish. Adapt or perish. That is a key line from Evolution. So in honor of Evolution dropping that line, I'm bringing everybody to the ring to catch a Batista bomb, a pedigree, an RKO, and to add some little sizzle on it, we're going to end it off with a figure 4 leg lock, just so you understand what evolution means. Move with the times or move out the way. I'll end it there.
He said P Cutter. Wow. Wow.
Shit.
Shouts out to P Cutter.
If it was an R&B moment, I'd have thought he was going to say Black and Beats Vibes. I thought that was going to be the next. But once again, that's going to wrap us up here in the third announcers table. You already know. Put your shout outs out there. Let everybody know where they can get you at, where they can connect with.
Find me on IG. That's MARC_BAZE. Can't forget the hyphen.
Can't forget the hyphen.
Yes. And also, May 7th, pull up, pianos. I'm performing. I believe this is my first actual performance of the year. We dropped 2 tapes in less than a year. Pull up, see that new material performed. Can't wait to see you there.
You got to perform Angels Calling. I'm calling that now.
Pull up.
Shouts, I'll be there. Shouts out to me. You know, I've had a tremendous week. A lot of hate from my page. I embrace the hate. You know what I mean? Shouts out to People Power. Not really, but you know.
Whoa.
Yeah, kind of crazy. But Wrestling Ream, RALLIN. Oh, fuck, I forgot how to spell wrestling. RASSLIN as in matchmaker, momentum builder, money maker. You know, I embrace all conversations. I've had a lot of, did you see Roman lose? I'm not shying away from that. As you can see on today's episode, I sang Cody Rhodes' entrance music to a depth that I had to owe. Please, please, please give me a follow. Let me know what you really think, and I'll see you on the next one.
Sir.
And on that note, we'll walk out.
Great week for wrestling. Great week for wrestling. It felt amazing being a wrestling fan. I felt at peace with my wrestling brethren. Shout out to the wrestling community, not the internet wrestling community, the wrestling community. The wrestling community. I'm appreciative of all of you. My grandmother, my uncle, my cousin, Red, Wrestling Reem, my girl. Everybody. This was an amazing week.
He's so
amazing week.
So heartbroken. Guys, don't really stick around much to talk about. See you guys.
Five, four, three, two, one, zero. All engine running. Liftoff.
Turnbuckle Tabloid.